What about now?
I'm good.
Echo right now, Chris J. No, we're not echoing, but it's echoing on the show.
Oh.
Let me know if it's fixed, fellas. If you said still echoing, then I'm going to try one more switch. What do you know about this mashup, though?
A mashup of what?
This song. This ain't just...
Oh, I know. I hear Credence in there, too.
Perfect now. Okay, great. Sorry,
guys. The only
guy
that ever gets sued by himself. They sued him for sounding like himself. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
On this song?
The producer sued Fogerty because he sounded like him. Credence. He was Credence.
And we'll get back to that in 1 second. Let me restart this. For everyone just coming in and now that there's no echo on the show, thank you guys in the chat, man, for letting me know. But the homie Uncle Jim is sitting in across from me for Dal Palantonio today. Dal has to work today. As you guys know, he's working 2 jobs. Also, next week, on Monday's show, during Monday's show, when we normally do the show, Dal won a raffle to pick up a pair of sneakers. So he has to go pick those up during that time, so he's not going to be able to do Monday's show. That combined with the 2 jobs, combined with the quarantine stuff, combined with the other, he has actually another job opportunity. I don't want to give up too much of his shit, but he's got a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to figure out what's going on for the next week, 2 weeks of the show, but I didn't want to miss I didn't want to just miss a bunch of shows. So we're getting a bullpen ready. It may be Uncle Jim. It may be Ed. It may be whoever, man. We're going to have guests up in here. And we're going to continue rocking with you guys doing the show. And it may be very different from your normal show. Maybe nothing like the normal show we do. Maybe conversational. Obviously, Uncle Jim and I, see what I did there? It's probably not going to be crazy sneakers. I do have this box in here, though. And I'll get to these maybe later. Depending on how the show's going. I don't know. I'm going to decide if we're going to open these or not. But back to what you were saying. So I opened the show with a mashup of let me go back to it.
The Beatles and Credence.
Now, what were you saying about it? Who got sued?
Creedence Clearwater Revival. Sal Vance was the producer.
Mm-hmm.
And when Fogerty broke up and got out of the band, he sued Fogerty for sounding like Credence. He was Credence. That was his band. He had quit.
How'd he sue him then?
He tried to sue him.
No good.
No, the judge had Fogerty actually played in the courtroom and they threw the whole thing out. Yeah.
Funny.
A long time ago. Sal Vance. He was a movie producer too. Real prick.
People in the chat, Chris J, been waiting for the Uncle Jim feature. There you go. Sal Vance. So Uncle Jim, if you want to, I don't know if you want to run down, everything, but a lot of stories, seen a lot of life. I don't know how far you want to get into what you do on the daily, how this virus has affected you on the daily, but I guess we can kind of just start there.
Shoot, I forgot to put my mask on.
No, stop it. Oh, he's taking shots. Oh, my gosh. Are you taking shots at Dallas this early in the show? He's taking shots. All right, hold up. Dallas is texting me now. Echo, turn down cameras, audio. Perfect. All right. Yeah, we're good. All right, cool. Dal Palantonio, helping out from afar. I know he has to work.
Hands-off producer.
Shout out to the homie Dal. Hands-off producer. Shout out to the homie Dal. No, we were just talking this morning. We have so much good shit coming. A lot of good. The show in general, man. A lot of shit. A lot of moving parts. A lot of stuff changing. But introducing you to the audience. How would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm Uncle Jim.
Uncle Jim, what do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I'm a custodian and I load trucks.
So he has 2 jobs. You just worked last night, correct?
Yeah, I work from midnight till 6:30 this morning.
And is that the normal work schedule?
On Fridays, yeah.
Midnight?
Yeah, Fridays I work midnight to 5 and then go to the school at 6 and work till 2:30.
How long have you been
I work every day from 2 a.m. till 2:30 p.m.
What's your schedule?
With an hour break.
So you work 2 jobs. How long have you been doing this madness, first of all?
2 years.
2 years
Except
working.
for when we went scooter riding one time. I had 3 months off.
You guys heard about that? Anyone's been following me for a long time. When he broke his elbow on the scooter downtown, he was on one of those Lime scooters trying to keep up with
somebody bought tickets to the wrong game.
Yeah, I bought tickets. I bought tickets to the wrong game. They've heard that story, but it's worth repeating. Yeah. I bought tickets to the Sunday game.
No, you bought tickets to the Saturday game. Kershaw was pitching on Sunday on Memorial Weekend.
There you go. How about you run it down?
Kershaw's pitching on Memorial Weekend. We were still on the hunt. Rockies were actually in the hunt on Memorial Weekend. I was down with the flu a little bit. laying around Aunt Berta's house. She told me not to go, not to do it. I went anyways. We go down there, and he bought tickets to the Saturday game, and we're there on a Sunday. Of course, we stood in a line for 20 minutes to find out we had the wrong tickets. Got ticked off, jumped on the scooters, went flying up the street, and boom, 3 months off.
Trying to hang with me. He said I was going a little too fast. He tries to cut across the street and go up, those...
Went up through an alley and hit a ditch and went flying off the freaking scooter and rolled.
Kind of like where the sidewalk goes down and meets the pavement so you can go up into a parking garage. He hit one of those, but it wasn't super clean.
No.
It was really clunky.
And I tried to tuck and roll, but being as I'm, 58 years old with weak bones, I just shattered my whole arm.
It was
of course, then Zach ran to go get the freaking car, and I had the keys, so he had to run twice.
You never know what kind of pain or how it's going to affect you when someone you love is in pain. I was riding along. All of a sudden, I heard behind me, and I was like, oh, shit, please don't be him. I'm slowing down, and I look, and I just see you tumbling, and then hear, screaming. And at that moment, whether it's you got people that have kids out there, whether it's your wife, your girlfriend, your significant other, when someone you love gets hurt and there's absolutely nothing you can do in that moment, it is a shitty feeling. It is a terrible feeling because I'm like, oh shit, Uncle Jim, what can we do? What can we? You're like, ice. He's just yelling. He's yelling ice at me. I'm like, okay, let me just pull some out of my ass.
Get ice, I said.
It's broke. Get ice, and his elbow is
People started handing me ice bags that were walking to the game.
Right. Yeah, people were walking to the game with their coolers, like taking them out, handing.
They handed me ice bags while I was laying there.
I love it. That was a classic.
And then the EMT showed up. I go, I'm not paying you guys.
That was a classic.
They gave me an ice pack too.
So back to the two jobs. So you're working two jobs. You're working overnights and you work during the day. So you work during the day until what time?
2:30.
And then you go home, go to sleep immediately, or eat dinner?
I usually hit it about 8 o'clock and then get
up. You could stay up till 8. Yeah, I thought you had to go to bed earlier.
Get up at 2 and get down there by 2:30.
Oh, that was when you were working at 12. You had to go to bed
midnight
earlier.
Shift. I have to do a little earlier. Yeah, Fridays are midnight shifts. It's what they call peak season in the delivery business now. So we're really pumping. But I leave there at 5 a.m. and they're still working. They let me leave.
Holy shit! It's Uncle Jim, neighborhood. Yo, Uncle Jim in the building. Danny B. Uncle Jim with the shot from John King. Giving Dallas a shot about the mess. That was good. That was funny. Aunt Berta, Roselli in the house. Love it. Look at Juan Delgado. Different people with different types of backgrounds only add to the show. Especially been waiting on Uncle Jim. Here you go, Uncle Jim. Look at this. People are excited for you to be here. He's a little bit nervous about making his radio debut.
I made my radio debut in 1965 when I was 4 years old.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How did that go?
My dad just asked me my name, and I was like, you know what my name is.
And was that when you were scratching on the turntables?
Yeah, when I used
records?
to scratch the 45s when he used to let me cue them up.
You thought...
I was scratching way before they were scratching.
This is the man that literally got salty when DJing came out because he's like, what are they? They're making a living off of this? I was getting my ass beat.
Right. I used to get yelled at for freaking queuing up the albums too long and backing out. And so he wouldn't let me do it all the time.
Good times.
And then later on when they came big, I called them up and said, they're making a fortune doing this and you threw me out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad was on the radio for a long time, so I started way back when hanging around.
Tell the people, how long was he on the radio?
65 years.
Until he died.
Right.
At 89 years old.
Did the show on a Saturday and died on a Tuesday.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. That's love. That's love for radio.
Yeah,
dedication.
He started right out of, right in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started doing in St. Lawrence University. Right.
It was really cool. We had COVID kind of going on over the summer, so we didn't get to do everything. But it was cool going back to New York. You showed me a couple of the different places.
Yeah.
Mishawaka. How do you say that place? Mishawaka. How do you say it?
Lake Chautauqua.
What do we drive by? What's that place you used to interview a bunch of people at?
Chautauqua Institution.
Chautauqua Institution. There you go.
Chautauqua County.
What am I thinking of? Mishawaka. Oh, I'm thinking of that concert venue that's up by Fort Collins.
That's Chautauqua, too.
That's Misha something.
No, it's called Chautauqua.
Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Right.
But
it's
anyway.
up by Boulder, actually.
What Yankees jersey are you rocking, Uncle Jim, from Danny B?
Oh, it's just a plain Jane one.
You can do anything you want, Danny B. You could add whoever you want on the back.
Yeah.
This way you don't have
nothing on
one
the
thing
back.
One thing you'll know about
They're
my uncle.
one of the last teams not to put their names on the back of the jerseys too. Their home jerseys on the
So
Yankees don't have their names on them.
Right.
Ever.
So you just decided to go no number either. Screw it. If they don't got the name,
It
screw it.
was
We're not going to get the number.
$15 at TJ Maxx in New York.
Keeping it real.
Right.
One thing you have to know about my
on
uncle.
a number.
My uncle is the most frugal man you'll ever meet in your life. To the nth degree. From food, from products, from cups, from whatever, you name it. The most frugal guy I've ever met in my life. Taught me a lot about saving money. Seriously. Now, drove me nuts many a times. Drove me and your daughter absolutely insane many of times by trying to save money because of all the hoops and the hurdles and the nonsense you have to do to save the money.
You're on your own if you got to go to the bathroom at the ball game.
Right. We're buying upper deck $5 rock pile tickets, the highest tickets you can get in the stadium as a young kid, and then we're sitting first baseline. But the consequence is you got to sneak by the usher. If you get caught, you're on your own. If you got to go take a piss in the third inning, you're on your own. You might not want to drink too much because we're not leaving. So we're going to be here. This is where you can meet up with us after the game. And this is as a young kid. This is as a 9-year-old, okay, at the Rockies game. This is just how it went. But very, very frugal. And I like that.
Buck a batter.
Playing buck a batter. I'll tell them about buck a batter in a second. But the jersey, you don't ever have to you don't have to have anyone else, or you don't have to if a guy retires, you never have to get a new jersey. You don't have to continue to rotate.
No.
How frustrating is that with free agency these days, with the way sports goes? These guys are not on teams very, very rarely more than 4 or 5 years.
You go to the game and they're wearing Larry Walker jerseys and he's retired.
Right. Absolutely.
Because they paid so much for it, they feel they got to wear it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Dallas, tell me this. Uncle Roselli got the heat on feet and jersey heat. Dal, what shoes are these? I have no idea. I don't know modern day basketball shoes to save my life. And you got them where? Where'd you get these? Thrift as well?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's right. Basically the thrift. Whatever. I don't know what those are. We'll let the chat get to it. So Uncle Roselli was waiting in the line at In-N-Out because he got lost, but didn't get In-N-Out?
No,
I'm confused.
I didn't get In-N-Out. I drove the wrong way, came down Alameda and cut in. Next thing I knew, I was in the cone section of the In-N-Out thing where everybody was lining up, and I told the guy, I'm just trying to get out of here. I'm not trying to get a burger.
How long were you in the line for? How long did you have to sit
I just pulled up, and then he opened up the cones, and I pulled back
Damn
out.
it. I wish you would have had to sit in there for a while, and you were in an area where he couldn't open up the cones.
There's a guy at my work that sat in line for hours, though.
To get it?
Yeah.
You know people that did that?
Yeah, a guy at my job did it.
Not a friend, just an acquaintance.
No,
you can't consider
one
anyone
of the
that did that a
maintenance
friend.
guys, yeah.
Nonsense. Have you had In-N-Out or no?
No, I never have had In-N-Out.
You don't?
I can go to my grave without eating it, and I'll be fine.
You're not a fast food guy in general, though.
No.
Have you ever waited for fast food or waited for food in general, like a restaurant opening? Have you ever done anything like that?
You've been to restaurants with me. How long do I wait? Not long.
I didn't know if it was different when you were younger. Maybe some hype
never,
back in New York, something opened up, a big chain came through,
never,
or big nothing.
I don't wait for
nothing like that. Autographs only. Tell him about your autograph days. This guy, we're getting to know Uncle Jim here a little bit. If you're just tuning into the show, this guy is not. He used to be a crazy autograph hound. Now he's just a big time collector. Still buys collectibles. Still, essentially paying resale. I guess in the sneaker market, it's how you would consider. If we're relating it to our audience, our sneaker audience, you're paying resale for the collectibles, right? Somebody else gets the autograph or finds the card, and you're going and buying it at a higher price later on.
I do mostly old stuff.
How old?
Pre-war.
You know what I saw the other day?
What'd you see?
Speaking of, I saw that card, the tobacco card set that you're trying to collect. I saw the very, very rare one that you said that
Wagner?
Otis Wagner. Thank you. The Otis Wagner. Someone just went up. One just went up for auction.
Yeah, a buddy of mine.
See that?
My buddy that runs a guy I used to do business with that runs Mile High Auctions had one in Brian. He had one in his auction. It's either coming up or he had it, and it did 1.3 million, or that's what it was estimated to do. And he probably gets 20% of that for auctioning it. Yeah.
Damn, I hate that I don't have my splitter to put some shit up on the screen. But, yes, the sweet, what is it, Sweet Caporal cigarettes?
Yeah. But, yeah, the Otis Wagner was going up. The most famous one's the one Gretzky bought years and years and years ago with another investor. And it was the first one to do $1 million. Now that card is basically selling for $4 million if anybody resells it.
Well, check this out. An ultra rare 110-year-old.
They look like this. That's what they are.
Here, let me switch your camera real quick. Put it up to your camera here. Just
That's what they look like.
Show the people. Hold it out a little farther out. There you go.
That's what they look like. And then he's talking about the brand.
Go ahead.
You can turn it around, and it's a Sweet Caporal. They came in cigarette packs between 1909 and 1911.
This is a... Here, let me see if I can get it on the screen.
They're called T206, 1909 to 1911s. They had different cigarette brands on the back, but the common ones are Sweet Caporals, were mostly all of them. The rare ones are a lot more money. And that's how kids got them. They got them out of cigarette packs back then. And then the Honus Wagner was very limited. There's probably like 30 known in existence or so. Every now and then they pop up and people find them and stuff, and those are the ones that bring the big money.
What is this on a grade scale? What would you...
That one's a grade 1.
A grade
out of 10.
1 out of 10.
But it's a Christy Mathewson who's very famous, so, you know, I don't know what they're worth all the time, but they bring pretty good dough.
But you're a guy that's not looking to... You're not a guy that's looking to sell all your stuff. You don't buy the stuff to make money off of it or resell. You literally just collect the things that you like, the sets you like, the sets you enjoy.
I've sold a few things over the years, but never...
And you said you regretted it right away.
Yeah.
You said every time you've sold something.
Every time I sold something, it's like, oh, yeah, if I didn't have that $100, I wouldn't have ate today, you know. It's insane.
Is that what it is? It's because you're like, man, I really miss... Because it's not like a collectible card or a piece of memorabilia does anything for you other than you're sitting there looking at it. But you miss walking by that every day more than you'd rather have the 100 in your pocket, right?
There's stories attached to all of it.
Stories. Gotcha.
Mathewson died young. You know, he was one of the most famous pitchers of all time. He had like 3 seasons in a row of 30-game winners. You never get a 30-game winner anymore. You know, stuff like that. You know, he's one of the most famous pitchers of all time. And then 1909 Giants to 1911's the set. And so I did that whole set years and years ago before the internet.
Ep.204 said which war? And with a laughing thing, I think she's maybe roasting.
Pre-war means before World War II. Anything pre-war in history, sports, or anything, when you say pre-war, it means before World War II.
Tell him where Honus Wagner's buried at.
He's buried in Pennsylvania. He's buried near Pittsburgh, Carnegie, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. You know what You know what I noticed? Since I went to New York with you over the summer in August, was around you, and I was around so many other people from back there, and they all say Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
And then because Pennsylvania was such a big topic with the election and all that stuff, hearing all the people on coverage on TV say Pennsylvania, none of them say Pennsylvania. They all say Pennsylvania, just like you. And I was not necessarily giving you shit, but it's just something I notice. And it's funny because everyone else says Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
It's Pennsylvania with a S-Y.
It's not pencil.
S-Y-L. No, but it's S-Y-L, like Sylvester. Pennsylvania.
Thanks for the English.
No, I know. It's just something I picked up.
Depends where you're standing.
Right. It's just funny. Yeah, all these coasts. Pennsylvania. All you guys that live out in Philly, all my people, there's a lot of people listening to the show from Pennsylvania. Do you guys say Pennsylvania as well? Probably do.
That's Pennsylvania, yeah. Well, that's where he's buried, near Pittsburgh. Carnegie, Pennsylvania. Actually, his house that he lived in just caught on fire about a month ago. The house that Honus Wagner...
He grew up in, you mean?
No, he lived in... The house he lived in when he was a ball player. He was there till the day he died in Carnegie, Pennsylvania. I've actually been by it. And somebody had bought it and turned it into 2 apartments and stuff, but it caught on fire about a month ago. People actually go by his house and peel like pieces of wood off it and stuff because he lived there. I didn't. I just went by and saw it.
Here you go to wrap up the Honus Wagner baseball card. One just hit Golden Auctions, expected to sell for over $1.2 million.
Yeah. It's not Mile High Auctions? I thought Mile High was handling it.
This is Golden. And so, like you said, this auction site sold a previous version of the T206 Wagner card for $3.12 million in 2016.
Yeah, that was probably the Gretzky one. It's actually on the PSA rating as a Gretzky card because Gretzky owned it at one time.
So this one, it says, isn't quite graded as high. It's the same Sweet Corporal, just what you got there, but only around 50 in existence. It's one of the most valuable pieces of cardboard in the world.
Yeah. Is that somebody chiming in, or are you reading it off?
No. This is on the report. This is on the
yeah.
gold. Yeah, the thing they put up for Golden Auctions. Wagner. Here's another interesting fact about Wagner. He earned less than $140,000 over his 2-decade-long career, and just look what the card's selling for.
Right.
And that's all he earned.
Wow.
2-decade long.
Yeah.
Over 20 years, he earned less. He earned less than
A lot of
140
money at the
Gs.
turn of the
1909.
century. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the guy retired in like 1914, I think. You know, he ran for sheriff in Allegheny County at one time, and he owned a sporting goods store too.
What do you know about? Do you know a gentleman named Rob Kardashian?
Yeah.
Okay, Rob is really into cards for some reason.
Oh, is he?
I didn't know this
Is he
either.
still doing socks?
Socks.
He
Explain
had
that.
started his own
I didn't know that.
socks.
Rob Kardashian did?
Isn't that the Kardashians' brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started a socks company at one time.
I had no idea about that.
Socks that you put on your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bombas or some shit. It wasn't
Yeah,
Bombas.
he went to
obviously, but-
USC.
Look at you with the Rob Kardashian knowledge. I didn't know about that.
I didn't know he was into cards.
Yeah, he pulled a crazy LeBron like about a month or so ago that everyone was going nuts about.
Oh, on the pull cards.
and then
did
look
he?
at this. Look at this Honus Wagner. 4 days ago,
He
pulled-
bought a back card with the cut signatures.
I think he pulled it out of a pack.
Oh, he pulled it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough pull.
So, look at this. Rob Kardashian's on fire. The sports card collector just pulled an ultra-rare Honus Wagner autograph, and the video is epic. Damn, I wish I could play the video for you guys.
Yeah, with the back cards.
But let me see if I
I
can.
think some of those are set up. I don't believe those all the time.
Let me see if the audio's any good.
All right, Rob,
What do
we're
you
doing
mean?
you first. I hope you're sitting down, Rob.
Yeah, he's opening the cards here.
Oh,
This guy, he's buying the cards. It looks like one of those internet things where you buy them off the video and the guys
Right.
unbox them for you.
like Johnny.
I've been
Like
ripping a
Eddie,
lot
yeah.
of Dynasty in the shop, and it hasn't been going great for me as of late, so we're due on Dynasty. We are very, very due on Dynasty.
They do tape them all.
In the shop? No. I hit that in another break.
All right, so he's breaking this pack of
Yeah,
cards.
It's a PYT somewhere.
Set breaks.
He opens it up. The video's
All right,
only
here we go.
a minute here. Minute and a half.
All right, let's give our sneak peek and guess.
Oh, it's only one card in it.
Yeah,
in the box.
those are. It's probably
Oh
that
my
SP
God.
autograph thing.
We have a fucking duel.
Nice language.
We have a fucking duel, baby. Oh my God, it's a duel.
That's it.
Oh, Rob!
He's covering it up.
Ding dong!
Yeah.
Who is it?
Honus Wagner.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Are you fucking shitting me?
Oh my God, Harry!
I've seen those where they open up and they got Babe Ruth in them, and they're really.
Oh my
big
God! We
money.
just hit the Honus Wagner cut 101.
One of one, yeah.
Oh my
It's
God!
got the 2 back cuts and then the autograph.
What does that mean? What,
People bought old baseball bats that were authentic.
Oh my!
bats.
I thought it was a duel.
These companies would
I
buy
can't believe we just
authentic
hit that
baseball
card.
bats that these guys actually used, that some collector had, and then they cut them up and then they put them in the cards. Just like they do it with modern guys too. They cut up the bats, and then they put them in the cards, and then they'll put like a cut autograph in there, and that's what he won. And they're always worth more when it's a 101. You could buy a cut Honus Wagner autograph probably for $700. That card's probably worth $4,000.
so here's what
Just
happened.
because it's in the card.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So kind of like a piece of the jersey or a piece of the whatever.
Yeah, they do that
all
kind
the-
of stuff
Yeah.
even with the old. It started a long time ago. It started actually a long time ago with the Beatles. Some guy bought all the bedding they slept in and cut it up and sold it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
On this one, here's the backstory behind it. Rob Kardashian, I guess, like I said, he's established himself as one of the top dogs in the high-end sports card market, often buying big boxes of pricey rare cards in hopes of hitting a big score like this
Yeah.
one. This time, Rob paid $750 for a chance at the contents of a bullpen bull chest at the Bullpen Card Shop in L.A. Basically, 6 people pay $750 each to split the contents of the bull chest, which is loaded with expensive PSA-graded cards, boxes of unopened cards, and sometimes just rare packs of cards. The collectors get to select one item from the chest in an order that's randomly selected by the shop. This time, Rob was 5th to select. I guess that's not necessarily the best position according to them, but Rob decided to pick an unopened box of Topps 2020 Dynasty cards, which usually run about $500, and it only contains one card.
Right.
But when the bullpen staffer opened the pack, which we just heard, it was crazy. It was the 1 of 1 Honus Wagner
Right.
auto. Absolutely
Sometimes
insane.
I think they're set up though, but that's just me.
I wonder, it doesn't say in the article here what this is valued at.
It's probably around 3,500.
Excuse me. Remember I said he pulled a LeBron last month? It wasn't
Yeah.
a LeBron. It was a Brady. It was someone else that pulled a LeBron. My fault. It says here, Rob recently pulled an ultra rare Tom Brady that's believed to sell for more than $200,000 on the Brady that he hit. That was October. That was last month, October.
An
so now
card for 200,000. Tom Brady, he's still alive.
he's the GOAT guy.
Whatever.
What are you gonna do? You don't believe it should sell for that much?
No, I'm not into all that high dollar crazy on new stuff like that.
This is nuts, dude. The Honus, I'd rather have the Wagner though than the Brady. Shit.
Yeah. You could put half that set together for $200,000 of the T206s,
I'm really curious to see.
which even with eBay is hard to do. Those cards are really hard to get, even on eBay. I mean, you pay up. It's, so Tom Brady, I mean, they're printing those things out day and night. Who cares?
That was a 1 of 1 though.
Yeah, they do 1 of 1, and it's like the guy we know that got the 2 Patrick Mahomes 1s of 1s and thought they were worth $20,000. They're probably worth $1,200.
Yeah, don't worry.
It ain't no big deal.
All right, that was pretty cool though. I thought that.
These guys change jerseys at halftime and cut them up, and they say they're worth money. I mean, it's turned into a big business. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's no longer just
The old stuff was the old stuff. You can't, go back in time and get it. So when it's all put together like that, yeah, it's worth good money. But, these guys are changing jerseys every quarter or something and cutting them up, and, big deal. Well, I used to go to ball games Dennis Rodman used to take his shirt off after the game and throw it up in the stands.
Yeah.
What's that worth?
Back in the right, exactly.
Barkley used to throw his shoes up every time he came to McNichols.
If you have any questions also in the chat, if you guys want to shoot some questions over for Uncle Jim, man, we'll get them asked here on the show. This one's funny that one of my homies just texted me, says, listen to the show. What's your favorite piece in the collection?
What collection?
Your collection of memorabilia. What is your all-time favorite? Oh, wait, you have it with you? What?
Favorite one?
Okay. Do you want to say, hey, I'm getting it real quick so people know what's
Here,
going on?
I'm getting it. This is my favorite piece.
Please, let me see. Wow, what is this?
That's the favorite
Tell people
piece.
about this, please.
That's a 1933 Babe Ruth Gowdy card.
What does that mean? What's a Gowdy card? What is that?
That was the company that made them. Gowdy.
Can you tell people how you acquired it?
Oh, long time ago at a card show. Off a buddy of mine. Actually, off Brian that has Mile High Auctions now. When he first was doing it, before he got the auctions and stuff, he used to just sell them at shows, and I got that off him. And, yeah, Ruth is very collectible. Ruth is collectible like crazy. There was 3 different cards of him in that set, and that's one of them. But anything with Ruth from the old days is big time. Good stuff. It's not worth a ton of money because it's not really a graded out great card, but it's my favorite one, yes.
It's funny because
Anything Babe Ruth is just huge.
I had no idea you had that with you.
Babe Ruth had more cards put out on him, and they're still worth more than everybody's cards. He signed more autographs than anybody back then. He signed peach baskets full of baseballs and used to dump them off the back of trains, and they're still worth more than everybody. Babe Ruth's the biggest in sports. I mean, he was number 1 in the all-century thing when they did it on ESPN. The greatest athlete of the century, it was Babe Ruth, and Jim Thorpe were 1 and 2.
John King, Babe Ruth, one of the most overrated baseball players of all time.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, look up his stats. The guy pitched, too,
Is he overrated or no?
No, he's not overrated. Any ball player you talk to worth their salt will tell you he pitched. I mean, the guy held the record in the World Series for most shutout innings from 1915 all the way up to 1961. The same year they broke his home run record, they broke his record in the World Series for most innings with the shutout. So you got a guy that's pitching shutouts in the World Series plus hitting home runs. Try that today. You'd own the team. You know,
Yeah, I wonder what the
he's got the highest power ranking of all time in baseball. He's got the highest on-base percentage. I mean, you know, yeah, whatever. Yeah, he's the best there ever was. Everybody says it. Hank Aaron says it. All of them say it. I mean, there's just no doubt. That's not an argument. You know, there's no argument when it comes to
pre-integration. LOL.
pre-integration. Yeah,
That's what he said.
That's true. That is true. That part's true. Yes. And and the guy that would have been up against him was Josh Gibson at the time from the Negro Leagues, and he didn't pitch. So
He said, "I'm here to rile Unc up," with the tongue out face. That's funny. No, yeah, I was curious to see what the argument is because I've heard that argument.
I've met ball players that played with Babe Ruth. I met them, and they said the best ever. You know,
No competition in 1918.
right?
Danny B.
You bet. Yeah, there was no competition. You bet. Yeah.
With the yeah, I don't know the argument. I can't go back and forth for them.
It goes on forever. You can argue it forever and a day. Who in the modern day has the power rankings of him?
Well, that's the point. Jefferson Jr., Babe Ruth never faced black or Latin players.
He did in barnstorming games. He barnstormed in the offseason, and he played against.
Do you have any stats on those games?
They really didn't keep stats and stuff
right.
and that. No, he gave.
I mean, you're born when you're born. You know what I mean? Like, you can do what you can do at the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
you only can play when you play.
Right. It's just one of those things. Again,
Right.
it's all.
It's like, like the national title sometime when they give it to a certain team, they go, well, they didn't beat anybody. Well, you only could play was on your schedule. What do you want me to do?
The way sports too unfolds, like the way, whether it's the Jordan argument, whether it's whatever, everyone's always going to have something to counter why someone is the best or why they're not the best. You're always going to have something because you can you can point to anything. It's like the exact same thing when you talk about your favorite rapper of all time or your favorite.
Right.
Or do you like storytelling rappers? Do you like rappers with crazy bars? Do you like guys that use huge words? What kind of rap is important to you? It doesn't mean they're all not super sick or they're all not great.
Yeah. I'm not alone in my opinion.
Right.
I'm
of course not.
Not even close to alone in my opinion.
Personally, I like the Ali shit in your collection. That's some of my favorite stuff. The autographed Sports Illustrated, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, when we met him. Yeah, I met him, yeah.
That one is awesome. How many Ali autographs do you have?
5.
Gloves?
No, I never did gloves or anything.
You have a pair of gloves, though, but they're not signed?
No.
I swear I've seen gloves hanging in your place.
But I never got Ali to sign gloves.
Gotcha.
No.
Which, you got the picture of you and Ali. You've got the Sports Illustrated. What else?
And then I mailed to him when he was living up in Michigan, and he sent me back a picture signed. And then my dad met him on an airplane. That was a good story, yeah. My dad was on an airplane, and they held it up and said, we have to hold the plane, somebody getting on. And it was Ali at a last-second flight. And what he did was when the plane landed, he stood at the end of the tarmac, and he had cards signed that he had pre-signed. This is before he got dementia and everything. And he thanked everybody for, waiting for him. And because when he traveled, he only traveled with his wife and his photographer, Howard Bingham. So he just waited, and then he handed everybody a card, and he took a picture with my dad.
That's
he was
cool.
a great guy.
How many times did you get to meet him?
Once.
Just that one time?
Just one time.
And that's the same picture?
That's
he signed
the picture
multiple.
I got.
So you have the other autographs.
No, I only had him
mailed.
sign a Sports Illustrated when I met him because it was at a show and that. And you know what you say when you meet Muhammad Ali? Couldn't even talk.
Right.
There he was.
Yeah, you're just in awe.
Yeah.
Jaws just.
And he was losing his speech by then, so it was a little sad, but he was cool.
Well, I was going to ask, what was his health like at that time? That was what, early 90s?
Yeah, he wasn't shaking a lot, but he wasn't speaking a lot. His son was sitting next to him and helping him, and he was cool. He was great.
That's cool.
Very good.
What about favorite athlete to meet or that you met? Would it be Ali or would it be someone else?
Yeah, Ali.
Ali. Man.
Favorite of all time, Ali, yeah. I met Roberto Clemente when I was a kid, though, so that's pretty close.
Jefferson Jr. Babe Ruth equals Wilt Chamberlain. Face guys who played sports part-time and had off-season jobs.
Right.
That's a good one, Jefferson Jr.
Right. Yeah,
sound
that's
that,
good.
bro. I like
yeah.
I like that one. That's
Yeah,
funny.
I seen Chamberlain play a long time ago. It was cool.
Dow Palantonio, barnstorming tourneys. I went to a barnstorming tourney with Rex Walter, Adonis Jordan, and Roy Williams with KU.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they were
Dow.
still doing it even then, huh?
Speaking of KU, oh my gosh, fellas, we caked up on Gonzaga yesterday. If you follow me on any socials, bro, mainly Twitter, I'll throw out some pics in there. Gonzaga over KU, they were -3. They beat them by 12. I took the alternate spread. I took a -6 so you could get plus money. And easy. And it's not that KU, I don't think KU is any good. I just think Gonzaga's really good. And then today, did you see what they did to Auburn? 90-67 final. His spread started out at 14, and it was all the way up to 19.5 by game time, and you still could have taken it at that, and they would have covered. 90-67.
That's crazy.
The Zags are running out here, bro. I know it's early.
Right.
I know it's early,
They're
and I'm not trying to
shooting team, right?
Yeah. And they got that big kid Timmy on the inside. I was telling you, Timmy. I had to look up the guy's name because I've been watching Gonzaga games and no one says his first name. His last name's Timmy. He's a white guy, big white guy, center. They just say Timmy. And I thought his name was Timmy.
No,
then I saw the back of his jersey says Timmy. I'm like, his name Timmy?
Dale Timmy?
Drew
Timmy.
Drew Timmy.
DT.
Drew Timmy. Yeah, man. Check out the Zags. So college basketball underway. With coronavirus cases spiking, they don't give a shit. They're still playing.
Yeah.
Is it still?
Hopefully they do March Madness then, because last year sucked.
Last
They
year was
canceled.
Yeah.
It. Oh, it's horrible.
Sports Plus Life. Ed, let me call you really quick, Ed. I want to get some info really quickly on this UFC. Are you available? Because they changed. Curtis Blades just tested positive, right? For coronavirus. So now that was the main event this Saturday night, UFC Fight Night against Derek Lewis, Mr. My Balls
It's
Are
not
Hot.
the NFL testing where they test them twice and then they're okay the second time.
The NFL testing is weirding me out a little bit. Did you notice
they
that
come up positive and then 3 days later they're negative?
Or they come up positive right after the game. So J.K. Dobbins and Mark Ingram,
they caught it on the field.
Right. They don't test positive before the games on Sunday, but they test positive after the game Sunday.
Yeah, you think there's a little hanky-panky
Something
or what?
with the NFL testing is a little.
Yeah, whenever money's involved, there's something going on.
Is a little crazy. Let me hit Ed real quick. Get him on the show.
Stinks if they cancel the main event.
It's also Ed's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Ed!
Yeah, man. So I wanted to throw Ed a little love on his birthday. Get him on the show, and I also have some questions on this card here. What are we looking at this weekend? All right, there we go.
Hello.
Creep, what's going on?
Oh, I'm up here. I'm up in Blackhawk.
Why don't I hear any machines going off? Are you losing?
Well, I'm in the sports book.
Oh, the newly minted Blackhawk Sportsbook. I didn't even know. Is it open? Is it cracking?
Yeah, the Barstool Sportsbook. It's up. Yeah, it's up and running. It's cracking.
Let's go, dude. Oh, shit. I'm excited,
there
bro.
Goes paychecks.
Right. We just put 100 on Notre Dame, and they're down 7-0. I don't know.
Oh, no. They're down?
What did you do? Spread or money line?
Money line. I think they were like -119 or something like that.
You're good. They're going to win by. You're going to win by 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think 2 or 3. A lot of these people, the spread started at -4 and it jumped up to negative or -6 by 8 or -6 by game
went from
time.
4 to 6.5, I think.
6.5 by game time. The people that bet the spread, you're going to get killed. But if you're on the money line today, I think Notre Dame pulls it out by a couple, 2 or 3.
They'll win.
You'll be fine.
Listen, man. Listen, the only reason I'm scared about it, another reason I was hesitant to take the bet was Mac Brown has turned that program around so good. I was like, I don't know if I should take this or not.
Oh, North
Mac
Carolina?
Brown's a veteran.
Yeah.
Mac Brown's a veteran. He knows what he's doing.
Good.
Yep.
But Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame's going to keep the number 2 right next to their name after this weekend.
That's right.
What about your boy Nick Saban catching COVID again? Dal Palantonio said in the chat. I have that up here too.
Listen, Nick Saban lives in Alabama. I don't think they think COVID exists over there. So I'm not surprised.
You think he's going to be out for this weekend, or he's going to still try to be? Remember how last time he pushed so hard to be on the sidelines?
Wait, isn't this his second time?
Second time, yeah, because they
positive.
Yeah, and they let him on the sidelines last time. Initially, they weren't going to, and he fought it over and over, and he did all this shit and was adamant about being tested like 6 times that day and all this shit, and they let him be on the sidelines.
Alabama, or Nick Saban is the most important person in Alabama.
Right.
And they're going to find a way to get him on the sideline one way or another.
He walks on water.
That was the Georgia game. Let's see. No, dude, this says the latest I see is Nick Saban testing positive for COVID again with mild symptoms out for the Iron Bowl.
He's not testing fully positive.
It says he's out for the Iron Bowl, fellas.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
He's done.
He's not even up in the booth? They don't put him in his own sealed booth?
Nah, it says he won't be on the sideline.
Well, he could be up in the booth.
I don't think it's going to make a big deal.
Either way.
I mean, either way. I mean, you
could phone it
when
in.
you have, when you have 50 to 65-star blue chip players on your team, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, happy birthday, Ed. Glad you're living it up there. Wait, Ryan Day just caught COVID? He's out Saturday? John King said in the chat?
Ryan Day? No, I didn't see that.
Damn, dude. Ryan Day, COVID.
Wow.
And he would know. Yeah, Ohio State 7 minutes ago. Ohio State coach Ryan Day tests positive for COVID-19, will not coach the Buckeyes in Week 13.
And they don't make any of the players quarantine that were around them or anything, no.
Around the coach? Right.
Right.
Wild,
that's I know, man. We just I don't get it. I think the kids are immune.
Yeah, you're immune as long as you're freaking ranked.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But dude, COVID is messing everything up. Just scratched the headline fight for UFC over the weekend, which is probably the only fight I was looking forward to watch this weekend.
Blades and Derek Lewis?
Correct, yeah. Blades getting testing positive, and I was looking forward to see what Derek Lewis could do, man. That big goof will surprise you. I kind of figured what Blades was going to do is he's going to wrestle fuck him and hold him down for 5 rounds, and because that's what you do against Derek Lewis. He's a knockout artist, and you have to eliminate the hands.
Yeah. What are they doing? What are they doing about a replacement?
They're moving up the Smith and whatever the co-main co-headliner.
Anthony Smith, Devin Clark.
Yep, exactly. That'll be a good one. I think that's going to be a good main event, but not the one anyone was looking to.
Thank goodness it's not a pay-per-view. They'd have more problems on their hands.
Yeah, it's not a pay-per-view.
No, it's just a fight night on ESPN+.
ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably. Go ahead.
I said they would have scrapped it. It would have been the first time they scrapped the main event since I think it was John Jones, Chael Sonnen in like 2012, 13 or something like that.
Wow.
They have never scraped an event like that before, other than obviously because of Corona recently, but like nothing because of a fighter or lack of fights. So they don't ever scratch fights.
Is it at Fight Island?
No, it's in Vegas at the Apex.
Oh, it's at Vegas. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ed, what's all the cheering in the background over there? Is there a lot of people at the book?
Yeah, there's about 20 of us right here.
20 in your group?
No, like in general in the sport.
I was like, geez, man, you have a lot of friends to celebrate your birthday with. Jeez, man.
No, it's just 20 people that don't have jobs hanging out.
Yeah, 20. Exactly. Yeah. No, it's not a Vegas sports book, so it's not relatively big, but it's quite a bit. Notre Dame just broke for a big one, so they're on the 30 right now.
Yeah.
So they're on the 30 right now.
Go Irish.
There's about 20 people in the book right now.
Yep. Yeah.
And is that would you say it's full, or would you say there's more room for? How many people are we talking? What's the capacity here?
It's about 20. You probably can fit another 20 more around here.
Dang,
safely,
dude.
Safely with.
Safely with the distancing. With the distancing, right? But so without the distancing, you could actually pack some people in there.
If Nick Saban was there, you could have 100 people there.
Exactly. Yeah. Nick Saban's. If this was Alabama, Nick Saban's got.
Yeah, you can have 100 people there, and nobody will catch you but Nick Saban.
He'd heal everyone.
Right.
He'd heal everyone. Uncle Jim, how are you, bud? I haven't seen you.
Good. How you doing?
You know me. I'm hanging out. I'm still alive.
Yeah. I haven't seen you. I saw you on the show, but I haven't seen you. Yeah. I always ask.
By the way, I wanted to point out I was looking at the show this morning, and that's the highest viewed show of all month. I just wanted to point that out.
Which show?
Probably on YouTube. Yeah, the one I was on.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, go ahead and check the views.
There you go. Make Dal feel even better. He needs help going down.
And I did it without the mask too.
We go naked over here, no mask. I don't have a problem with the mask.
Yeah, I don't either. It's not a big deal. Although I was just on the phone I was just on the phone and some lady cop yelled at me, told me to put my mask on. So
Did she?
yeah. I was on
Wow.
the phone talking without it. I just realized that
I had it on all night at work.
Oh, man.
We had a guy come back to work that had COVID, and then he finally cleared it up and everything. Comes back to work. He's the only one down at work not wearing a mask.
Oh,
I think he's been hanging out with Nick Saban.
Yeah, he's got the Nick Saban freaking gene going on there. It's crazy. They're insane.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm just enjoying the birthday up here. I don't know how long we'll be here, so you guys are more than welcome to come up here.
Yeah, I don't gamble.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
I was thinking about making a run up there. I didn't know how long you guys were going to be up there for the night, and also I didn't know how it was with COVID because last time I went up there with the COVID shit, it was kind of table games weren't open. Are table games open?
No, just machines right now.
Oh, they
but we have the
reclosed
sports
table
book,
Sports
so-
book is open.
But the book, they didn't have the book when I was up there either,
they-
so it was strictly slots.
There's only
It was kinda-
football and basketball, right? NCAA
Yeah.
basketball and NCAA football today.
NCAA basketball, yeah. You have a little kiosk here you can bet.
Oh, there
so
you
you go
go.
and pick your own. You don't have to deal with someone. You just go to the kiosk and pick your bets, and good to go.
Does that
Yeah,
interest
we'll be
you,
up
Uncle
here.
Jim? Does that interest you? He said he'll be up there. We'll be up there what?
I'll probably be up here all night, to be honest with you.
We'll give you a buzz and see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know.
We'll give you a buzz to see what's going on. Yeah.
I love that.
What do you think? Was I a parrot in my last life or what?
Yeah.
That's what my girlfriend always tells me. She's like, "You were a fucking parrot
Yeah,
in
he
your
was
last
a parrot. Yeah, he's been imitating me since he was 5 years old.
Oh, my God. Yeah. A
Yeah, there
parrot,
it
that's
is.
good.
Oh shit! All right, Ed. Yeah, I just wanted to say happy birthday, man. Have you
Cool,
on the
man.
show
Well,
for a little bit.
Thank you. Appreciate it. But, yeah, I'll be on the show here pretty soon, and I'll make a stop again one day.
Yeah, for sure. I was saying Dow's gonna be just crazy busy over the next week or two. So I'm gonna either be doing solo shows or I'm gonna need some fill-ins. So
Tell him
Yeah.
we do the first one for free. After that, we need to check.
oh, here we go. I'm putting people on there
Yeah,
trying
we're
to
gonna have to
charge.
start talking.
Here we go.
We're worth some money. Tell him.
Here we go.
Hey, let me go on record and saying I don't know how many shows I've been on. But I have the most highly viewed show on YouTube that they've done, and I still haven't gotten a free shirt.
Yeah. I hear you.
What did
wanna
this turn
throw that
into?
out there.
What did this
look
turn
out,
into?
Look out, we got him.
Unbelievable. All right, Ed, I'll get you some merch. We're coming with some new merch. I'll get you taken care of on some merch, guy. Calm down. We'll get
I'm not
everything.
trying to
See,
slander. or
I
anything.
taught him too well. He doesn't give out the merch or anything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. That's a Roselli trait right there.
There it is.
Exactly, a
There
Roselli
it
trait.
is.
All right, I don't have enough time with you guys. I'm
All
outta
right.
All right, Ed, we got no more time for you. We'll see you.
here. See you guys.
Oh my gosh. Ed, love Ed.
There he is.
Happy Ed could slide through the show. That was good times. Oh
They
man.
still down? Notre Dame's still down?
What do you pull up the score on your phone?
Let me see.
Keep us updated in the chat, please.
7-7.
On the Notre Dame game. Oh, it's tied up now?
Yeah.
Dallas said Derek Lewis wants Connor in the chat. Is that what he said? What? That doesn't even make any sense.
7-7. Who's Connor?
Connor McGregor?
Oh, in the thing.
Yeah, but Derek Lewis is a heavyweight. I'm confused. I don't even know what's going on with that fool.
7-7. Yeah.
By the way, the DraftKings tournament just went live this morning. So if you guys want to get in DraftKings, I'm going to post it up on the Patreon right now. But if you guys want to get in there, if you're already, go jump in there. Yesterday's DraftKings tournament was taken down by, I never even heard of this man. And he waxed us, bro. All of us.
Uh-oh.
None of us came close. I mean, the Thanksgiving slate was already hard because you had the Ravens Steeler game getting canceled. And then, so you had to readjust your lineups. I put up a 159, which is a pretty decent score. I did terrible. A lot of you guys killed it. I took 10th. But the first place guy, DMJ 080, he did 206.
Some guy fishing around and found it. Huh?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if he's part of our community, but he came in and waxed all of us. The homie Land Dog was second with 185, and this guy did 208.
So it's not
206.
it's not limited to regulars.
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm like, oh, maybe. But people send it to their homies, which is cool. Like whatever.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good. It's all
Good, yeah.
It's all good. Damn, I can't believe Ryan Day got COVID. Jesus.
Insane.
Everyone's getting COVID. Let me do this really quick. Let me see where we're at here. Oh, we're flowing through. We're flowing good. Dow said he joked on his presser and said Connor be talking too much. Ish.
Oh.
Talking too much ish. So he's kind of just joking around, but yeah, so speaking of fights real quick, before we move on from fighting, the Mike Tyson fight this weekend. I told you a couple months ago, I was like, dude, we got to bet Tyson. Like Tyson's, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't think there's even betting on the fight from what we've now heard. And
there isn't any betting on that fight?
No.
Oh.
It's an exhibition. So there's no betting on it.
Then the fix is in. It's wrestling.
Yo, I played this.
WWF wrestling then if it's an exhibition. That means they already know who's going to win.
Yeah. I played this
That's
on.
not a fight then. That's entertainment.
And they're still charging $50. $50
for pay-per-view?
Yeah. To see this thing. The $50. This is Dana White the other day as they were giving the rules to him.
Oh.
You guys might have heard this on Monday's show. Uncle Jim didn't hear it. Let me play this for you.
Tell me.
Roy Jones.
By what? Knockout?
Well, there's no knockout, so it'll just be
There's no knockouts?
No, they're
They're not allowed to knock each other out?
No.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
How do you enforce that?
Well, that's the referee is going to give instructions in the locker room. According to Andy Foster, it's going to be hard sparring. They're not allowed to try to knock each other out.
Hard
All right.
sparring.
I'd like to bet that doesn't happen. Can you bet on that? I want to.
No betting on the fight because it's an exhibition.
Oh shit! You can't even bet on this fight. I did not know that. Okay, teaching me things, you guys. I don't know. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
You know Adesanya is commentating.
You know how to what?
Adesanya is commentating it.
Yeah, I did know that. He told me that before it happened. I knew that was coming.
Adam Sandler.
Who's commentating it?
Adam Sandler.
No kidding.
No, I'm joking. It's Adesanya, he said.
Oh,
Israel Adesanya.
Oh.
He's already champ in the UFC.
Oh.
Dana White's, the look on his face is just hilarious. So yeah, there's no knockouts, there's no anything.
Yeah, I didn't even know that till you just told me.
Who's paying
now.
$50 for that?
Years and years ago, we paid to get the fight at a buddy's house. Everybody got together. Tyson was fighting Michael Spinks, and it lasted 30 seconds.
That was it?
And that was the last time I pitched in on paying to watch anything like that because it was ridiculous.
Did you put money on the Tyson fights back in the day, or were you just strictly trying to watch them?
I bet Tyson here and there and made money, yeah.
But not
when.
But not the Spinks fight.
The Spinks fight, I don't remember if I bet that or not. I
'Cause if you
remember
were-
pitching in to pay for the fight because that was a big deal back then, the pay-per-view thing. We didn't have streaming to rob it from or you could go to the bars. That's an interesting one. I had a friend that owned a bar, and then he owned the house behind the bar, and he used to get it at the house, and they would run a cable all the way across the alley into the bar and charge everyone to go in the bar to watch the fight. Because if you had it in the bar on pay-per-view, you had to pay,
Yeah, you had to pay for like 20
$1,000.
TVs or some shit.
So
yeah.
he used to pipe it into where Rusty lived in the apartment
That's
across
funny.
the alley, and we'd run the wire across the alley into the bar, and then they charged $5 to go in.
You remember that black market cable they used to have back in the day where if you knew like some guy that worked for the cable company,
right.
you'd
They
get
used to climb up on the pole and move the wires around and stuff like that. Yeah, or if your neighbor had it downstairs and they weren't home, you could tap into theirs. And I got busted doing that one time because I did an electric split.
What?
I did an electric splitter, and I guess they came down the street with some kind of van and picked up that what it was doing was sucking power out of the neighbor's cable or something. And the guy knocked on the door and just told me knock it off, and I didn't even try to lie to him about it.
Did you ever have that illegal cable other than that? Like,
Yeah.
did you ever have the special?
Yeah, I lived in a fourplex, and we tapped it off the ladies downstairs.
Those are the days.
She wasn't even home half the time, so it didn't. Because what it would used to do, it'd break it up. If you split it too many times, it wouldn't work right.
So were you just going out there like you knew how to wire it up
Just
yourself?
knew where the wires were running, or the cable ran to the outside of the house, and you just put a splitter on it.
So sick back in the day.
Yeah, they used to want to charge for extra rooms, and we used to just split it up ourselves. But if you used the one where you plugged in it to get a better feed, then it would start sucking it out of the neighbors, and then they would complain, and the van would come by and bust you.
Yeah,
That was a long time ago.
That's
that was
not good.
hilarious stuff. That's funny. Yeah. But yeah, pay-per-view was a big deal then because that was the only way you were going to see it. Or you used to be able to go to bars for like $5, I think they charged, and you go in there and, watch the fights in the bar or whoever got it in the bar. But yeah, the guy I knew that owned the bar stole it from the apartment across the way, and he got popped, actually. He got popped doing that. It was a big deal.
Like, what do you mean popped? Like jail
He
time
got
popped?
People that were paying to get in the bar figured out where he was getting it from, and then they ratted him out, and he got in trouble with the cable company and all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
but,
no.
It all worked itself out.
That's crazy.
It was hilarious. Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, we watched the Tyson fight when the guy flew into the ring with the guy hang glided into the ring in Vegas, and that was the fight we were watching when that happened. I think it was Tyson Holyfield or something like that. I couldn't tell you.
Speaking of Tyson Holyfield, I want to see something hilarious.
Oh.
Look at this video he came out with. I apologize I can't put it up on the screen
Holyfield
for you
can't wear a
guys.
mask still because Tyson chewed his ear off.
Look at this. Tyson put out a video yesterday on Thanksgiving. Look at this. Thanksgiving with the Tysons.
We have a lot to be thankful for this Thanksgiving.
There he is.
Check this out.
Can't imagine.
He's got
he
got Roy Jones Jr.'s head. And it's a cake.
Yeah.
It's a turkey.
Dad, it's not turkey.
Yes, he is.
Calls him a turkey. Roy Jones.
Well, I like ears. What would you like?
It's like reality
I like
TV.
ears. What would you like? He said.
I guess I'll take the head.
Look, that's crazy.
Slices off.
Slicing up the ear.
Dad, this is delicious.
I thought it would be. Real good. Tastes so much better than a
He
bandage.
does laugh at himself.
I'll politely pass.
Is Tyson going all out?
Good.
Yeah,
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
reality TV. Crazy stuff.
Tyson is going all out to promote this fight. He puts out a video, and it's like a well-produced video.
Yeah.
His family's sitting at the table, and they bring out a head, which is Roy Jones Jr.'s, and it's a cake. And he's like, look at this turkey. The guy's like, Dad, it's not a turkey. And he proceeds to go in, and he cuts the ear. He's like, what do you like? I like ears. And he cuts the ear off Roy Jones Jr.
Holyfield's
Like
ear.
you said, he can laugh at himself, but do you think Roy Jones Jr. is laughing at this, or what do you think he's like, what is
As long
going
as
on
he's
here?
cashing checks, he
It don't
probably
matter, right?
care, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, they don't. These guys all, you never know what's going on. Years and years ago, when Brian Bosworth played for the Seattle Seahawks, it was the big deal. Bosworth was going to kill Elway, and it was the big deal. And they had these T-shirts that put down the Boz. It was something about the Bozes and anything. And everybody in Denver bought the T-shirts. It was knocking Brian Bosworth, and the company turned out to be Brian Bosworth's company.
Oh, really?
He put out T-shirts putting himself down.
Funny.
They sold like crazy in Denver, and he made all the money.
Funny.
These guys, it's all about the checks.
John King, the maddest my dad ever been about a fight. I think he was talking about that Tyson Spinks.
Oh, yeah, 30 seconds. Michael Spinks. I met him at a Nuggets game one time, too, after that. Michael Spinks, yeah. He was
Oh,
a
really?
Nice guy, yeah. Met Leon, too.
Tell the people about the Nuggets back in the day, or about I don't know if it was like this in other cities. I assume
Doug
it was
Moe
similar.
days?
But just like where you were able to roll into McNichols before they built
McNichols,
Pepsi
yeah.
Center, and you could just have a ticket for the nosebleeds, but
We
you
used
could
to
end
do
up.
the same old thing. We used to buy nosebleed tickets and just wander around down there, and then we'd just move on down. And the ushers didn't even care back then.
That's what you're saying. Security.
The
You
ushers
said you could
didn't-
literally go walking.
after like into the third period, or if they were getting killed in the fourth period, they didn't care at all.
And you said pregame, you could go down, stand
Pre-game, you could go down
on the
and
court.
stand down. If you knew your way around, I mean, not everybody got down there, but once you figured out your way around a little bit, yeah, I watched Michael Jordan shoot foul shots down there.
and you could just
stand right down by
right
the
underneath
court.
the basket. You could just roam around.
Well,
You could just-
the cop that used to stand around down by the bench that watched the bench was the regular guy that was there every game, and got to know him, so you just hang around a little bit. And Michael Jordan was taking foul shots down there in pregame and he hit 10 in a row, and I go, wow, 10 in a row. And the kid next to me goes, it's Michael Jordan. I go, he had his eyes closed. He shut his eyes for 10 foul shots in a row and never missed one of them. Had a kid rebounding the ball for him. Yeah, that stuff went on. After the games, you could get down by the tunnel and,
Yeah, you got the whole.
And not everybody did, but if you knew your way around it, yeah.
No, but you got the score sheet.
You got the score sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the game was over, they would have all the stuff sitting on the press table, and I used to snag the score sheets, and Scotty be sitting around down Hastings.
Yeah, the people that do the
games.
play-by-play, he said he would just go get the score sheet from the third quarter, and they would just give them to you.
Hand it to you. Yeah, Scotty.
So he's got a Steve Kerr.
Dave Logan. Steve Kerr signed one for me.
Yeah, you got a Steve Kerr autograph on a score sheet from the third quarter.
Yeah.
You just went and, got that and then
Did I show you that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I forgot it was on a score sheet, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
Steve Kerr, yeah. I think it was only his second or third year in the league with the Bulls or whatever. I don't remember all that. Yeah.
Crazy.
What's his name was there that night? The guy that used to coach the Broncos, Shanahan. Yeah, he was there that night when they played the Bulls. Whenever the Bulls came to town, everybody went to the
Everyone
game.
came out.
And it was always a Sunday night game, and they would play Utah the night before, and they would come in, and one year we beat them. 1 year. And that, but yeah, I paid $75 to go to a Bulls game against the Nuggets, and that was a lot of money, and it was worth it. It was crazy. I only saw Jordan once live, but it was great.
Best $75 you ever
Best
spent.
$75 I spent on a basketball game. It was unbelievable. That's when Rodman was with them, and they were already rolling, but it was just great. It was, the Bulls were like the Beatles. It was unbelievable. I mean, at the hotel, they had 3 buses blocking the street, and then they would pull in, and then if you went to the hotel when the Pacers were in town, there'd be like nobody there.
Why do you think we'll never see it like that again? Is it the internet? Is it social media? Is it the way everyone's so condescending and not appreciative the way they were back then? Everyone, it just feels like everyone now is
appreciative of
anything today, right?
Like that, yeah, right. Or maybe, yeah. I mean,
you think we ever see anything like that again?
I started watching basketball in '68, and Jordan was the best I saw. I mean, it was unbelievable.
But not only just on the court, whatever.
Here we go. We're going to have somebody argue about that, too.
No, but I'm just saying the rock star mentality of that team.
Yeah,
like you said,
they were
the
like
Bulls
rock
came to town.
stars.
Everybody from other sports teams. We're talking Broncos coach and all these people.
Coaches,
Bulls were here. Everybody was in there.
Any Rockies players that
in
lived
suite
in town
courtside.
would be
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And I
some of the guys like Drew Goodman and that weren't doing a show that night. Everybody was there. It was the Bulls.
And I think maybe
Same
early
when the Celtics came in the old days, though, with Bird and those guys. That was always brought out the people. I mean, Denver doesn't have a big star thing going on, but, whoever was around.
Well, I think early LeBron's career, you get that, but do you get is like
I saw LeBron his rookie year because him and Melo came out, and I bought a ticket, and I saw him his rookie year, and there wasn't a big outgoing for him. He was out of breath in the third period. I'll never forget that. After the tip-off and stuff, they were running up and down the court. About halfway through the third period, I look, and he's at the half court, got his hands on his knees, like getting ready to go back because he wasn't going to run
that mile high altitude, bro.
Yeah. I was
wasn't
yelling.
used to it.
I was yelling. Yep.
He wasn't spending $1 million on his body at that time.
He was sucking air his rookie year out here. I remember that.
That's
funny. As shit. We thought Shaquille O'Neal would do that too, and he didn't. Shaquille O'Neal was freaking awesome.
Unbelievable.
And that guy had stamina like crazy.
I wish I was older in those days, like just the heyday of that, like that late 80s, early 90s NBA.
I thought O'Neal was really – I saw him his rookie year, and he did not run out of air. Maybe he figured out how to pace himself, but we all laughed.
Oh, you saw him his rookie year with Orlando.
Yeah, with Orlando,
wow.
yeah.
Jeez, talk about way back.
Yeah. Who's the other? There was a few that used to come out. I used to make sure I go see. Kevin Durant, he was the other
KD?
one. Yeah, when he came out, I made sure I went and saw him. With Minnesota, was he?
KD, when he very first came out, he's the Thunder.
Thunder, yeah.
Oh, no, you're talking Kevin Garnett.
KG,
yeah. KG.
Didn't he come right out of
Minnesota
high school?
Timberwolves, yeah. Straight out of high school, Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, yeah.
Yep,
yeah, in the
KG.
beginning of the year, I would just circle them all and then buy all those $5 tickets and go. Yeah.
$5 tickets. Isn't that the days? Jeez.
Yeah.
$5 tickets.
I used to work with the guy that would bring me to the Knicks every year, though, and I would get to sit down by the court.
I feel like when Pepsi Center or Mello, maybe it was a combination of both, but when that came along, that's when everything shifted. Like we shifted away from when the Nuggets were
this
shitty.
Was McNichols
right,
days.
that's what I'm saying. $5 tickets, Nuggets being so shitty, no one really cared. You could go walk up and get tickets.
Nuggets were actually, they had decent teams when Doug Moe was there. They played for the Western Conference Championship against the Lakers when it was showtime.
I guess that's what I remember towards the end of the 90s.
They beat them, I think,
terrible.
the first or second game in the Western Conference Championship, and Doug Moe came out and said it was a mistake. I mean, they won, but Moe was like, yeah, we're not going to win. He was like just teasing.
Yeah.
You know,
the Mutombo year? The
this
Mutombo
was
year?
Alex English and
way
Lafayette
before
Lever and Hastings and all those guys. Way before, before. Yeah, the Mutombo year.
That's what I remember, Mutombo days.
The Mutombo year, they played Seattle, and they upset them. I won money on that one. They were like 25-1 underdogs or something. I remember winning good money on that.
John King said, stop it, revisionist history. Then he said, Uncle Jim might be right. LeBron only had 7 points and 11 rebounds his first game against Denver.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he was sucking wind. He was sucking wind. It was hilarious.
That's funny.
And I was never a big Melo fan. I just went, I liked Syracuse and stuff. But
that just reminded me of
I got wore out with him after about the second or third year.
With Melo?
And then when he fought with the Knicks and kept running away, like he'd never fought. Like Melo, he wasn't that tough a defensive guy to me. But whatever, he's a great player. He was around forever. I wasn't a big fan of him.
Nuggets, when we drafted Melo, Nuggets prices, everything went through the roof. They changed the uniforms. Melo had a deal with Jordan Brand, and it was over. Like everything went so much more expensive.
And then AI came in, and I used to go. I loved Iverson.
I feel like I used to go to
with Philly and stuff. I saw
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. AI came in a little bit after.
Look that up. I think he scored like 60 points against us one night. I went with some guys from work.
AI?
Yeah.
When he was with Philly?
When he was with Philly.
Oof.
Didn't even have to practice.
That's crazy. 60 points from AI.
I think he had like 60 or something. It was crazy one night. I liked watching him. I did like him.
Yeah, it's not this. I don't know, man. Just thinking about wrestlers used to be the same way. I don't feel like anyone is like, and maybe it's because I'm grown up and I'm not a kid anymore, but I don't feel like anyone, whether it's the wrestlers the way they used to be, the teams they used to be, no one's rock stars like they used to be. Like when these people used to come to your city or these wrestlers, like you said, you would stand outside of hotels trying to get an autograph or trying to get a picture. What's like that anymore today? Like where do you get that besides 13-year-olds at a BTS concert? Do you even know who BTS is? Probably not, right?
Who?
Right, exactly. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like I just look at it's all disappointing. Like it's just draining.
Oh.
It's just not draining, but deflating.
Who would draw like that?
Yeah, no one is rock star level like that. Like I know exactly what you're talking about when you talk about Jordan and Rodman and Pippen and everyone coming through and Phil Jackson because of The Last Dance. You saw it through that over the summer. We watched the 10-part documentary.
Yeah.
And if I didn't see that, it may be harder to connect the dots of what you're talking about versus what it was. But now that I've seen that in its entirety, you can totally see that is just insane rock star level status for those guys. Yeah, and I don't know whoever gets it back. Where do we ever see that again with anyone? I just don't know that we do. Yeah, we have overexposure.
Before then, the Lakers were like that. The Showtime, they were like that before that.
Yeah. With Showtime, right? Yeah.
Magic,
right? Yeah.
Magic and them came out, and it was like that. Chamberlain was like that a long time ago. He used to draw big.
Mm-hmm.
And, I used to go to basketball games in Buffalo where they had to have the Harlem Globetrotters would be on before the actual NBA game. They would have the Globetrotters just to draw everybody in. They would have another game before the game because, they weren't drawing.
What year was that?
71,
70s.
72.
We're still smoking in the Garden.
Yeah, they used to smoke at the sporting event.
I'll never forget.
If you watch the tapes, you can see the smoke.
I was watching ESPN Classic one day. I'm watching an old Celtics game, Bird in the Garden, and you just see these guys sitting courtside smoking. I'm like, what the hell? Are they smoking cigarettes courtside?
Yeah, they used to smoke.
And then it pans out from like a shot. It comes back and it has the score, and it's like a wide shot of the arena from the top.
You can see
and
the
you
smoke.
See the smoke. The whole arena is just filled with smoke at the top. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like a monster truck rally in there, please.
Yeah. Yeah, baseball game everywhere.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah, first basketball game. Yeah, probably 71.
Man, I want to go into heaters really quick, but I want to play this clip of the Chappelle show very fast for these people because I need to fine tune a couple things. So I'm going to give you guys some of this Chappelle the other day. If you guys don't see the whole clip, he posted on his Instagram. It's called Unforgiven. It's like an 18-minute little skit that he does, a post, or a video, I'm sorry, a sketch, a stand-up routine, whatever I'm trying to say. Jesus.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, and he does like an 18-minute thing, and it's called Unforgiven. And in the goddamn, what is he doing? Like a routine stand-up? What am I looking for? It's not a sketch. It's not a, I guess in the video, in the stand-up, while he's doing this, it's funny. It's like he's doing stand-up, but just like a lot of the stuff Dave does, and especially lately, it comes from a very real place. It's funny. There's jokes in it, but it comes from a real spot. And basically, he's talking about how he did Chappelle Show back in the day. Do you remember the Chappelle Show that was on Comedy Central? I don't know.
Very little.
Yeah, okay. I didn't
watch
figure
it a lot.
I figured this would be more for the
yeah.
audience. So Dave did the Chappelle Show way back in the day on Comedy Central. He signed a super shitty contract. He's like, just like any young kid, I had a bunch of people in a room that were saying, yeah, Dave, it's a great deal. Oh, this is a great deal for you, Dave. It's a great deal for you.
Yeah.
And I signed the contract, and what happened? It wasn't a great deal for Dave. You know, it just wasn't. So fast forward all these years, I see that Netflix is streaming Chappelle's Show. He works not exclusively, but he works with Netflix now.
Yeah.
They've done a bunch of, he's launched specials through them. Yep, he puts them out. So he sees that they're doing Chappelle's Show, and he's like, I don't like that. And he sees HBO Max is also
get a piece of the action.
Right. HBO Max is also doing Chappelle's Show. Well, he says that because of the contract he's in, they own, Viacom owns the show in perpetuity, which they own his content in perpetuity, and he gets nothing ever again. This is what it is. That's how it goes. He said he didn't get paid shit in the beginning. So he's pretty salty, and he goes to work with Netflix, and he says, he calls up Netflix, and he's like, yo.
He's already working with Netflix.
Yeah.
And they're running these other shows.
They're running
he
the
doesn't
Chappelle
get paid
Show.
on.
Right.
So he wants a piece of the action.
Not necessarily. He just said, I know what this contract is. I'm not going to get a piece of the action. There's nothing you could even do to give me a piece of the action because you don't own it. All you're doing is paying to stream it. So he goes, I would appreciate it if you drop it. I would appreciate it if you guys don't play it.
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah. And he goes,
Did they drop it?
Let me
go ahead.
Yeah, let me play you this clip here.
I can't call it Chappelle Show because my name and likeness is being used by them in perpetuity throughout the universe. It's in the contract.
Oops. Oh, whoops, my bad. I guess it cuts it off. That's tight.
Oh.
That's tight, huh? You open a new tab here, and it just cuts it off. That's pretty sick.
Beyond what you could yeah. And why doesn't a slave run for? But if I do, I can't call it Chappelle Show.
There you go, because it's in the contract. All right.
He can't name the show after himself?
You're not supposed to do this in my business.
There's already Chappelle Show. They own that name,
that
which is his name.
Business has the balls.
Fogarty again. Sound
I'm
too much
telling
like yourself.
you something that you need to know. I'm trying to explain to you what you're seeing. You don't understand what you're seeing. I am publicly flogging a network. And I know that this network niggas, they watching me and they saying, why are you doing this so publicly? Doesn't feel good to be flogged publicly. Oh, believe me, I know. I know exactly how that feels. When I quit my show, they said I was crazy. What was crazy about it? I just didn't want to do it anymore. They said I smoked crack. That's impossible. I was a devout Muslim. I didn't smoke or drink. But I do now, bitch, because you ruined my fucking life. Now it's their turn. This is their first nigga lesson, and I'm honored to give it to them. They're gonna pay me for this show. I called my agent. I said, is there anything I can do about this show? And he said, no. Well, fuck you too then. If you want something done right, I guess you got to do it yourself. So I'm not going to the agents. I'm coming to my real boss. I'm coming to you. I'm begging you. If you ever liked me, if you ever think there was anything worthwhile about me, I'm begging you. Please don't watch that show. Oh. I'm not asking you to boycott any network. Boycott me. Boycott Chappelle's show. Do not watch it unless they pay me.
Oh, good.
If you're a shareholder at Viacom, then I'm talking to you. Because all that shit that they do to us, well, they do everything for their shareholders. That's what they told me. So if you're a shareholder in that company, tell them it's wrong. And if you don't believe that it's wrong, then fuck you too. Should know what's in the hot dogs you eat.
That's good.
Now, there's probably a bunch of people at Comedy Central and Viacom and all these places that have no idea what I'm talking about. They've all either quit or been fired or got Me Too'd or something. Them niggas is gone. And there's a whole bunch of new young people there, and they're probably looking like, what is he talking about? They may not actually know what the fuck happened to me. So I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Go downstairs to your accounting department, open the books, see what that show made, and look at what you paid me. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to pay me. I am inviting you to come with me and work with me. And let's fight against that terrible, terrible feeling that you made me feel together. We can fight together and work this thing with Chappelle Show out. Or I can just take it. Thank you.
I'll tell you guys to check out the entire clip because...
Where'd he do it at?
He just did it, I'm not sure. He's just stand-up. He's just kind of...
okay.
Yeah, he's doing stand-up somewhere. I remember he was doing those shows out in the cornfield over the summer, all that stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't
this is
a
not that, but...
show.
No, yeah, he's just doing it, and he dropped it on his Instagram. It's called Unforgiven, and he just goes in that long story. So anyway, yeah, Netflix said, cool, we're not gonna pull it. They got it pulled. And he said...
Netflix said they're not going to pull the show?
Yeah, no, they're not going to play it. I'm sorry.
Oh,
so they pulled it off, and they were like, yo, out of respect for you, we understand where you're coming from. And then that was his message to anyone else because it's being streamed other places. And he goes, HBO, it's being also streamed on HBO Max.
Oh, is it?
I sent this show to HBO when I very first made this show. And you know what they told me? What do we need you for?
Oh, now they're showing it, though.
And now they're streaming my shit on HBO Max. So he is super, super salty. So he said, I don't have control with them. I don't have anything to do with HBO Max, but thank you to the people with Netflix. This is why I fuck with Netflix. This is why we'll continue to rock with Netflix because they got my back.
That's good.
And
nice.
it's a partnership, and I can go to them with things that I feel uncomfortable about or with things that I, honest things that I don't rock with, and I have somewhere to go. He goes, before, I was getting thrown out of boardrooms if I had a question, if I was unhappy with something or the way someone was being handled. I was thrown out the boardroom.
Yeah, Netflix.
He goes, now HBO, they're streaming this shit. He's like, if you guys rock with me, don't stream this shit. Don't watch it on any other platform.
I won't.
So that's Dave Chappelle's message there.
I barely watch the new stuff.
What, the stand-ups?
Yeah. I mean, I've watched them, but stand up one time and you're funny and it's good and, if he comes out different stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not on top of my list, but, that's a different generation.
Only someone of his stature can make that ballsy play.
He is good, though.
John King.
I think he's very funny.
Yeah. I love he's Carlin-esque in a way to me where he's
smart.
He can really intertwine that real-life shit and those real-life situations and make us all find a common ground to laugh or a common,
he's good. Yeah.
Does a good job at that. All right, let's do this. Let's jump into this is going to be a different segment. We'll kind of just talk through some games here. It won't be the normal hard-hitting heaters you get normally, but we'll give it a go here.
All right, Em. This is my heater. I dare you to hit it. Hot shit.
Too hot, lady. Here comes the hot sniper.
All right. Heaters, week 12, brought to you by our homies at DenverSportsBetting.com. Make sure you guys follow them at Denver Sports Betting on IG, at Betting Denver on Twitter. All right, Heaters, first one up. Which game are you looking at first, Uncle Jim?
Which game do I have?
Yeah. Where you at the gate?
The Saints and the Broncos.
Oh, boy.
Game.
Saints and the Broncos. I'm on this one, too.
Are you?
I think so. I think...
I don't have all the in-depth you have. But,
right. I don't have a ton of in-depth either. You know why I'm going to pick this one? Because my man Marco My man Marco in the chat. I love Marco. Marco's a good supporter of the show. He's in the chat every week. We had a bet last week on the Saints-Falcons game.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he's a big Saints fan. I'm a no fan. Oh, I'm a Bronco fan, but other than that, I don't care. I'm just trying to make money.
Yeah, I thought you weren't.
So I took the Falcons. Of course, the Saints win. That's 2 weeks in a row. He's been on the Saints. I've been on the Falcons, and I've taken that L to Marco on the Saints. So here's what we're going to do.
Take that L on the way out.
If I take the L on the way out this week, Marco, you're taking the L too, because I'm taking the Saints -6.
Oh.
Just because. Just because. I like the Saints -6 this week.
-6. I thought they were giving points.
They're on the road. They're a favorite. -6.
Oh, minus. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. You're fine. You're fine. So I'm going to go with the Saints -6, just to spite my man Marco in the chat. I'm going to be on his team with him as they come in here to Denver.
Yeah.
And I think I also do think the Broncos O-line is beat up. It was beat up last week, but the pass rush wasn't there for Miami. The Saints pass rush is crazy.
Yeah, I was surprised Miami. That game surprised me.
Last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going with this on this one then?
Saints. Yeah.
Your Saints -6 too?
I live in Denver. My kid's a big Bronco. We're all Bronco fans.
Yeah.
I think they're horrible.
All right. So
it's horrible.
Marco, Uncle Jim and I are both rocking with you this week. We're on the Saints -6.
Straight cash, homie.
I listened to the post game with Dave interviewing anybody from the Broncos just to hear different excuses every week. I mean, it's just amazing how you can just keep losing and come up with excuse after excuse. And then last week they won.
Brian Valencia in the chat. Cold, hard-hitting game. I like Denver to cover and Fant to have a big day. Are you taking Fant and DraftKings in? Are you giving out some sleeper DraftKings advice, Valencia?
There you go.
He likes Denver this week. Yeah. That is a lot of points at home. I mean, a home dog, a lot of points.
I think if it wasn't COVID and there was a crowd there, it'd be a whole different ballgame.
Absolutely.
But
it feels trappy to me.
What I say to you on the phone the other day, 60% of the road teams have won on the road.
There you go.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
something like
60%, a little over.
Yeah, a little over 60% have won on the road because nobody's there. It's almost like playing neutral sites.
Yeah.
It's
the chalk this year too feels like it's really. If you look up, the
chalk's not as like it usually is because there's nobody there.
It feels so trappy to me too. Broncos looked so good against Miami last week, and they're getting 6 this week at home. Oh, that just feels like Vegas is begging you.
Yeah.
It just feels like the ultimate trapper, dude. No Drew Brees. I mean, this line seemed high to me. I was like, Drew Brees.
That kid's really. He's sharp.
It should be -4 though.
Yeah, probably
-6. We're getting a little bit. It's scary, but I don't believe in the Broncos.
That's a lot given 6.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's the next game you got?
Next game I had was the Bills and the Chargers.
Oh, I think I know who you're on with that, right? Bills hat, Bills Mafia.
Yep. The Bills are giving 5.
Bills -5. Oh my gosh.
I believe they're giving 5.
I'll look it up for you really quickly.
Where are they playing? I even forgot to check it.
I'll look it up. Bills -5. Okay.
Playing in Buffalo? I forgot.
Yes, Chargers going up to Buffalo, and the Bills are currently -4.5.
There's definitely no fans at all, and you can't. New York State, you're not even allowed to breathe. I don't think.
They dropped to 4.5. No longer 5.
Dropped to 4.5.
So you're getting a little extra love on the Bills there. Currently, right now on DraftKings Sportsbook.
The Bills will cover that.
Bills -4.5. You don't think the Chargers have been pretty good? No.
No.
He's going Bills.
Bills will cover that.
Bills -4.5.
Isn't somebody clipping at their heels in that division?
I don't have the standings pulled up.
Yeah, I don't have the standings up either.
I just knew you were going Bills Mafia. Because of your hat.
This is the year the Bills need to really do something with the New England falling all over themselves.
The next one I'm going to go with here, man, I went back and forth on this one. They just didn't look good a couple weeks ago, but you know who's looked terrible? Philadelphia. The Eagles have just looked.
Oh, that's my third game.
Like a straight nightmare. Are you on this one too?
That's my third game.
Are you on the Eagles or are you on the Seahawks?
No, Seahawks will still freaking demolish Philly.
Spread seems way too low on this one.
Yeah.
For as bad as the Eagles have been, the Seahawks -5. I know the Seahawks are a little bit banged up, but the Eagles have just been terrible. I like Russ this week. I'm going to go Seahawks.
Is that game in Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I think it is.
Absolutely. They're on the road. -5. It's a Monday nighter, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. It's Monday night. Yeah, I think the Seahawks will cover that. So I'm on all chalk. I'm on all 3 chalks.
Okay, I put that in here. Seahawks. We're both on there.
Straight cash, homie.
That's my 3.
Just a couple other interesting.
My big upset, though.
What?
My upset's the 49ers. I think they're dogs, but they'll flat out beat the Rams.
49ers are plus 6.5 coming off of the.
Yeah, they'll win.
Are they off the bye as well?
I believe they are, yeah, because I had to change defenses at my fantasy, I think.
A couple weeks.
Yeah, because I wound up with the Dolphins defense last week playing the Broncos, so I picked up the Dolphins defense playing the Broncos because I had to sit the 49ers, and the Dolphins went in the tank on me.
All right, so you got. Yeah, that Dolphins game was terrible. 49ers, you're going to take them plus the 6.5, but you think they can win outright.
I think they're going to beat them outright.
Look at Uncle Jim giving out some sleepers over here on heaters. All right. Sorry, I'm writing down your picks here. All right, so we got Seattle -2. Or I'm sorry, -5. Buffalo -4.5. San Fran plus 6.5, but he thinks they're going to win outright. You might be able to get some. They're plus 255 on the money line.
Joe Williams used to say with Irv Brown, circle it.
Circle it.
Circle it, he used to say.
Circle it. And then what was the last one?
I had the Bills covering against the Chargers, Saints covering against the Broncos, Seahawks covered against Philly, and 49ers winning outright. We're taking them with the points anyway. If there's a good money line on that, that'd be a good bet. In my eyes.
Plus 255.
And I won't be here next week to take any flack from anybody, so it doesn't really matter. Come find me.
Hilarious. There's a couple interesting games this week. What do you think about the Chiefs Buccaneers at 3.5? Chiefs giving 3 and a hook on the road. Bucks are a 3.5 point home dog.
The Bucks are a 3.5 point home dog.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes and them going on the road.
Oh.
Interesting, right? I couldn't decide. I was back and forth.
With the go.
Yeah. Very back and forth here. Especially with the Bucks. You know me, an elite quarterback off a loss.
Yeah.
That's Brady.
Yeah,
How many times have I've taken this twice already this year?
Yeah, the 5K game on the Super Bowl at halftime. It's Brady, don't worry about it. Right.
I've done this twice this year already.
Yeah, that's a tough
one. And it's worked
one.
out. I'm 2-0 on the season.
Who beat the Chiefs that I was watching?
Raiders.
Yeah, when the Raiders beat them, they exposed, would they expose the running or they exposed something?
When they beat them in Arrowhead, it looked like the Chiefs were unprepared. But then we saw them last week.
Coached. That was it. Yeah.
And we saw last week on Sunday night, the Raiders the Chiefs didn't come out super amped up like I thought they would, but they did enough to win the game. But I think if you look around, a lot of people said the Raiders outplayed the Chiefs up and down that game.
Tampa Bay doesn't have any kind of running game, do they?
Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette hasn't been great.
It's just pass.
Yeah. And they struggle with really good D lines. That's what happened against the Rams the other night on Monday night.
Is that tight end that Gronkowski's still playing?
Oh, yeah, Gronk's still out there.
Is he all good?
Yeah, he's slow. But
but I mean, he was starting to kind of come around a little bit.
Yeah, he's been all right. Yeah. I think the issue really, I don't know, it looks like Brady's been forcing the ball to try to get it to Antonio Brown a little bit more.
Yeah,
than he needs to.
That's what I was going to bring up because I picked him up in my fantasy, but I didn't play him yet. But I think, maybe if he lights it up with Brown, I think this could be the game he just comes out and there it is.
Yeah,
you're right. Yeah.
I like the I like the elite quarterbacks off of a loss when they're favored by less, when they're favored by less than a touchdown or a dog. In this case, he's off a loss and he's a dog.
So
that's extreme.
And it's Tom Brady.
Extreme confidence there.
Brady.
And the Chiefs, they can afford to drop a couple. I mean, they're not getting pressed by anybody.
No,
in the AFC West, in the AFC in general. I mean, the Pittsburgh's looking good, but who cares? It's only one other team. Baltimore's kind of slipping here now with the COVID. I can see the Chiefs stumbling this week. I'm going to go with the Bucks plus 3.5 at home. I like that.
That sounds like, yeah. I mean, I didn't write it down or nothing, but it sounds like a good one.
Let me see.
Because maybe we will wind up with the sports book.
Going to the lock in some action later today.
I don't even gamble anymore, but I'm just getting a little pumped up on that one.
That's funny. Yeah, I like that. Anything else we're kind of looking at?
On the games, yeah.
Yeah, there's not a bunch of
Tell me.
it's not like great games. I mean, no, I think we're good. I think we're good on that.
What's
We're going to go together. I'm going to
Raiders and Falcons game.
We're just going to go together. We're going to give out those 5 together.
Oh, okay.
Seattle -5, Buffalo -4.5, San Fran +6.5, Saints -6, and then the Bucks +3.5. Let's go with those 5.
So we got 2 dogs in there.
2 dogs, 3 favorites.
2 home dogs? No, Frisco's not a home dog.
No, they're on the road. Yeah, that's a big.
Yeah, Tampa Bay home dog with Brady's and and Browns there, and yeah, that could be it.
Gosh, I like that. Brady, extra motivation.
Is that the 5K game? 5K game.
Gosh, I like that one. They lost in prime time too. I bet you we can get that Bucks +4 by game time.
Pay off the house.
People were probably on the Chiefs. I like that one. All right, that's your. Those are going to be your heaters. We're doing a little combined shortened heaters this week with me and Uncle Jim. So Seattle -5, Buffalo 4.5, San Francisco +6.5, Saints -6, and the Bucks +3.5 on or at home against the Chiefs. Heaters Week 12 brought to you by the folks at DenverSportsBetting.com. All right, I like that one. It's not a great week for matchups, but I think the games we picked are some of the better matchups, and I think those are the ones to watch.
14-14 Notre Dame in Carolina.
Where are we at on
14-14
quarter? Tied up.
Yeah, I remember the first time I used a computer. It was 14-14 at the half, it looks like.
It's halftime.
It looks like it's halftime.
TTF.
No, it's 5 minutes to go in the first half, 14-14.
Oh, still 5 to go.
5 to go still.
Jeez. Yep, I had a feeling there's a lot of people are going to be hammering Notre Dame, just thinking they're going to blow out North Carolina.
No, that line
Not
would have
gonna
been
happen.
bigger if they were going to blow them out.
I know, and I think a lot of people were thinking that.
It's
just
like
still hammering.
Egger said about North Carolina. They're, well
Mac
coached,
Brown, yeah.
well coached
Yep.
and all together there. I was surprised when I saw the line because obviously working 2 jobs, it's not like I got time to study all this stuff.
Right.
And I was surprised when I saw the line, and then when Egger said what was up, yeah.
TTF, you see the Ravens Steelers moving. I saw they obviously
you know
moved
which
from
big
Thanksgiving.
linebacker came out of North Carolina?
Who?
Hall of Famer, big time linebacker.
Big linebacker came out of
Before
North
Carolina was a big football anything. I mean, it's still
What,
now.
in the 90s? It was 90s?
No, it was in the 80s.
It was 80s.
Big time linebacker, yeah.
80s.
Yeah. Bent somebody's leg in half.
Joe Theismann? Lawrence Taylor?
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor.
Taylor went to North Carolina.
Bent somebody's leg in half. Once you said that, it was
that's
giveaway.
it, yeah.
It was the Joe Theismann injury. Lawrence Taylor.
I'll never
like
forget.
This.
Yep.
Ah,
I'll never
jumping up
forget
and
it.
down
Just
like
sitting there. I remember watching that
geez.
game live.
Oh, Lawrence Taylor.
I seen Theismann at a ticket window picking up tickets one time at a baseball game, and I swear he was limping a little. I mean, he could never the same after that.
Yeah.
Compound fracture.
You saw Burrow's injury the other day, did you?
Yeah.
It's not the same, but he did not only. A lot of people saw the initial report was a torn ACL.
I swear you could have heard Theismann's on the TV that night.
Oh,
it was
geez.
like that was the most horror. Him and Napoleon Kaufman for the Raiders way back when the thing just bent.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah, Burrow's, I couldn't watch. It was disgusting.
Yeah,
but
I don't like watching them.
They said it was MCL, ACL, and some structural
When I was
damage.
younger, it was cool. When you're older, it's like,
once you've done it to yourself,
yeah.
not a good look. Right. That's funny. Funny
Well,
shit.
yeah, that's where Lawrence Taylor came out of.
Ravens Steelers moving. John King in the chat said that moving, I didn't see. Where are they moving to? Last I saw, they were moving to Sunday.
Yeah, they were playing Sunday.
The Sunday game.
Now what
are they now
doing?
moving again? Fill me in. I think
if 2 guys on the bench had COVID.
No, Lamar Jackson.
But if 2 guys on the bench had COVID, you think they would have been doing all this dancing around? No.
No.
Right. Which is way wrong. Like if you got it, you're out. But they don't play it like that.
Guess when they're moving this game to, bro? From what I'm seeing right now.
Tuesday.
Yep. Tuesday at 6 p.m.
The NFL's always wanted to have a game every night of the week anyway, so now this is just playing right into it. I mean, they've always tried to do that.
Wow, Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Ravens Steelers. So how does that mean they're not eligible for fantasy this week?
No, it's this week's game still, so that nothing's going to be final till after. Didn't they already do it?
Well, here's the thing.
They already
Here's the
did
thing.
a Tuesday game this year.
Here's the deal,
Go
my
ahead.
friend. When the NFL schedulers made the schedule, they scheduled, because they wanted to give both teams a fair advantage, they scheduled Dallas and Baltimore for this Thursday night. That's the Thursday night game this week.
Oh,
because
you
Baltimore
can't
was
play
supposed
Tuesday
to play
and Thursday.
Right. So now, not only do they have to move, did you guys have any info on that in the chat? Did you guys see when they moved the Thursday nighter to? Because the Thursday nighter is Baltimore-Dallas. That's obviously not going down this week.
Of course, if they're playing Dallas, they could probably pull it off.
Let me see. What was that? That would be week 13, right? Week 13. Dude, yeah, this is
brutal on fantasy.
This is a nightmare.
Well, you knew it would be when the season started.
I don't even understand what's happening right now. Yeah, Cowboys-Ravens is now moved to 12-7 at 3 p.m. That's a Monday night game.
Oh, my
So they're now
goodness.
going to play.
They play Tuesday, and then they don't play. So it's a doubleheader the next Monday on Saturday.
Doubleheader Monday night for week 13. So next Monday night.
You got to give the NFL credit for being creative.
Being flexible,
I mean,
right?
They're really flexible there. Rodgers really freaking pulling his hair out this year, but he knew he would be.
So here's what you have for Monday night, December 7th. You've got the Cowboys-Ravens doing their game, which was supposed to be Thursday, but they'll make it up Monday, 12-7 at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Mountain. So 5 o'clock East, 2 o'clock West Coast. 2 in the afternoon. They're kicking off on Monday afternoon.
But that's going to count towards this week's
That'll be
fantasy.
no. That'll be week 13.
Oh, that Thursday
Yeah,
one.
because this week they're doing Tuesday.
Tuesday's this week's fantasy.
I assume it's going to count for fantasy. I'm going to look at that in 1 second. The other game on next Monday night, Bills-Niners. Bills-Niners after the Ravens
In
Cowboys.
California?
In California at 6:15 p.m. So you've got a 5:15 kickoff West Coast, and you've got a 2 o'clock kickoff
We
West
already
Coast.
had an early game on a Monday, too, because of the COVID, didn't we?
I think we did.
Yeah, we did. 'Cause
Chargers.
I was at work or something, and it was starting at like 3 p.m., I remember.
Chiefs Chargers maybe, or
I can't remember
something like
which
that. Yeah.
game it was. I have a job. I can't remember all that stuff.
There you go. So that's currently what's happening. Now let me look up the fantasy implications. I need to see let me see what leagues. I got some Steelers players in. I got Claypool. I got Juju.
Oh,
let's see if they're still going to be able to, or they're going
have
to
any
just
Steelers
be shown out. You don't have any Steelers. Who doesn't have any Steelers? No wonder you're not going to win a title. I'm just kidding.
I'm in first place.
I know. I'm just talking shit. Yeah, Tuesday, 6 p.m. It doesn't say.
Who are we talking about? Steelers and
Ravens.
Steelers Ravens.
It doesn't say anything against their
it doesn't
status,
affect me
so
anywhere. And the
still
guy-
shows they're gonna be good for fantasy.
Yeah, the guy I'm playing has their tight end, so I got to wait around for that.
What percentage you think the NFL doesn't finish the season, goes early into the playoffs?
Don't you have that bet with that guy from the beginning of the year?
No, we had football not playing.
So you already won.
Yeah, he already paid me. We're good.
Couple G's?
No, $20.
$20 bucks?
Yeah,
Oh,
$20.
you're buying lunch. Good.
Well, but that was a long time ago. Money's gone. What do you mean?
You spent it already?
If we would have just made that today.
Spent that 20 already?
Oh, gone. What do you mean? We invest in the show. You think this internet bill pays itself here? It's almost underrated studios. I mean, come on, Uncle Jim. If we would have made the 20 on the show today, I'd be like, all right, let's take that money and buy lunch. We didn't make any money on the show today. So, I mean, is what it
How much
is.
gas cost me to get over here?
Did it cost you money? Oh, sorry. What do I say? Brian says he puts that at 40%, that they finish the season
They'll
early.
finish the season.
Early. He says they finish the season early and go right into the playoffs early. They just wrap
Like
the
they're
season.
going to cut a game out?
Yeah, like they wrap it at week 15 or
No,
something.
it's going to go all the way through.
You think through
No
week
matter what
17?
It's going to be just like the NBA. No matter what it takes, they're going to go all the way through. Super Bowl, the goofy thing they're going to do down there, it's all going to go through. Yeah, they're way too. They're prepared. They were prepared. They're the one league, aren't they? The one league that had time to prepare for all this, because it started in March and they didn't start playing till what? September. So they had from March till September to get all their ducks in a row. And what do we do if this happened? Worst case scenarios. You know, they figured out all the worst case scenarios. Goodell, I mean, not everybody likes him, but he isn't a dumb. He's very smart. I mean, the guy's a lawyer.
Yeah,
I mean, so they went through every scenario they could go through, and that's why you're seeing these games move as smooth as they do, because they already were prepared.
John
King,
King,
the NBA, who all of a sudden had to, pack up and go to Florida.
John King's with Brian. He says he thinks the season's going to get shut down as well because Biden won. He said there's no bubble. There's no bubble. Also, that's a good point. They're not playing in a bubble.
Won.
Yeah, he said since Biden won, they're going to shut it down.
No, they're not going to shut it down.
And there's no bubble. The bubble I see. The bubble, because, I mean...
No, I thought the NBA did a great job with all that.
But that's what he's saying. They had a bubble with this. There is no bubble.
The NFL was prepared way ahead of time. And you know how much tax money comes out of this stuff? Biden ain't throwing anybody out of anything. When people are cashing checks, they let them go.
I think...
That's why you got all the COVID dancing around. We're not going to play till next week because our running backs aren't playing.
Yeah.
Please.
What? Just COVID real quick. What do you think's going to happen future of that? Where do you think that goes? Do you think we start getting mandatory shutdowns and all that?
By June, it'll be everything will get towards normal.
Where do you think we're at
June?
Within the next couple weeks going into Christmas and all that shit? Do you think we're seeing mandatory shutdowns and stuff?
Yeah. New York State's like, it's like Nazi Germany over there. I mean, it's just, that's what they've chosen, The deal, I mean, that's political. I don't get it.
Yeah, right. Dude, yeah.
It's state to state, and that makes it harder for people and stuff. I work with the kid at one of my jobs that had it, and he was the only one not wearing a mask after he came back. And I mean, they're sneaking around. They're, it's just
everyone's on their own accord. Yeah,
everyone's on. Do the best you can do in that.
Right.
I mean, some people think they're experts. I ran into someone yesterday who's at a little thing I went to, and she's an expert. She knew all about it. I was like, oh, Fauci's right-hand girl there, huh? You know what's going on. I mean, everybody's got an opinion. The best thing to do is keep the mask, know who you're around, and do the best you can do.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, and I believe the travel thing's way out of hand. People are just going crazy on that. When we went this summer, obviously the plane was, 30 people on an airplane? We were so far apart from everything with that cat making all that noise. But
I had the AirPods and with the wireless or with the noise cancellation. You didn't. Yeah, you were getting annoyed.
Remember, with the cat, I said, would you give me $100 if I go tell her to keep her pussy shut? She was a nice girl, so I didn't want to get all crazy, get arrested on the airplane, but it was nuts. I mean, so the distancing was real easy, but at the holidays, it's not.
Yeah.
So, yes, it'll spike and it'll,
Yeah.
Hang on.
This show is fire. How is this the first time Uncle Jim has been on? Chris J. Especially when he starts to get comfortable, too, because, I mean, he doesn't do a ton of radio. So as soon as he starts to settle in, like anybody, the more reps you get in front of a mic, it's not as easy as people think just to sit down in front of a mic.
Yeah, I'm going to quit my job next week and do it full time.
He's going to quit his job.
Both jobs, actually.
You guys hear that? We've got this shit cracking.
Right, yeah.
We've got it cracking. Mia said, so happy to see so happy to see you on the show today, Uncle Jim. Been waiting for this day. Now everyone can see where I get my mannerisms and obsession with sports from. Laughing emoji.
Who gets it?
Where I get it from. Yeah.
Oh.
She said, where's that?
Yeah, but he still likes to pay big money to sit down by the freaking first base.
Big money? Do I pay big money?
What did we pay for the Cubs that time? After I broke, when you felt guilty when I broke my arm.
Yeah, after he broke his arm on the scooter.
The guilt trip. We were behind home plate.
Yes. Yeah, I paid up because I was like, Uncle Jim, I feel bad. Let me take you to see the Cubs. You got a broken arm.
By the time we walked in, the Cubs were winning 8-0 or something.
Oh, that's so true.
It's funny, yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't think you picked all my stuff up, or you wouldn't be sitting near first base and stuff.
No, it's
I still buy rock
I'll
pile.
pay up.
I stand out in the outfield and watch the game, or I'll hang over the bullpen.
I'm a hybrid of you. I'm not exactly like you. I don't.
It is.
I'll pay a little bit of money.
As the years went on, I've stepped up. We've done a little.
He's gotten a lot better as the years went on.
Feels good to be able to get up and go to the bathroom.
Right.
But when you're older, the ushers don't even mess with you. You can act like you're lost everywhere you go. Oh, I didn't know.
Oh shit.
I'm going down to see my granddaughter. Whatever. They don't care half the time about some of that stuff. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Well,
Two Fly Danieli. Yes, we need Uncle Jim on once a week. There you go, Uncle Jim. He said he was in.
If you want to do a Sunday morning show.
He said he was tapped in. Guy works 2 jobs already. We got so lucky to get him in here today because of just how the scheduling worked out.
Holidays, yeah. I had the afternoon job off. I got to go to work tomorrow morning, though.
Edward, love the guy. He's made for this. Look at that, Uncle Jim.
Edward who?
Edward in the chat.
Oh.
Gee, Edward.
Thanks, Ed.
Jeez.
What about Uncle Jim?
Not Edgar, Edward.
Oh, Edgar's what about Uncle Jim?
Yes.
That's the old one.
Brian, live bet Notre Dame. They're down 14-17.
Oh.
Let's see what the live line is real quick.
The live line on that.
Let me get a little live, bro.
Maybe you can buy lunch still.
FanDuel was shitting the bed this morning. FanDuel was awful this morning. They were not letting me log into my account. You do the Face ID. Yeah, let me see what's up on the live.
FanDuel gives you like 800 points if you first bet with them, don't they? Like anything you pick.
Tons of them do. They give you all kinds of, you know.
You win the first game and that's it.
Right.
You know.
They try to get you in there. All right, live college football. Here we go. Notre Dame. Still minus 144 on the money line. Down 14-17. They're still minus. They're minus 1.5 on the live line and minus 144 on the money line.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They're still favorite and they're getting beat.
I know. Can you give us a little love? Let me see what they are on DraftKings. Minus 125, a little better.
Because they know.
I might wait for halftime. Shit, but if they score at the end of the half and tie it up, we're not going to get as good of a line.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, now they're up to 150. They must have done a big play. Damn it. I'm not going to do it. All right, let me let's close the show with this.
Like the 45-yard line. Hey!
I brought these in here. These are not sneakers, but it's kind of along the sneaker realm. The homie Dow Palantonio wants to see these really bad, and I was going to wait because I have multiple pairs of shoes coming in. Laces hanging out. I have multiple pairs of shoes coming in. Did you shoot? Did you make it?
I missed.
Oh.
I think I missed the backboard, too.
Oh, nice job. Nice job. Yeah, I have multiple pairs of shoes coming in. We have a lot of stuff coming or going on over the next couple weeks, sneaker-wise. And I just could not wait. Like, I wanted to show these on the show before I beat the shit out of them. So I'm sorry, Dow. I wanted to show these when you were here, but I can't wait, dude. They're too sick. They're going to be burning a hole in my carpet. Let's go. I just made a shot. No big deal. And I've got to show you guys these, man. So without further ado, let me switch up the cam here.
That orange ball over here.
What? Bam. Uncle Jim on the shot. Wow, way too strong. Way too strong. See it again. A little lighter. Ooh. Short dicked it in the corner. He's got his own board. Back up again, Uncle Jim.
There it is.
Rock.
Okay.
Let's go. Symboled himself, too. Sick.
Who's setting the ball?
What?
Oh, Terrell?
No, it's Ricky Williams.
Oh, Ricky Williams.
Yeah, Dolphins running back, Texas running back. Look at the authentication on it.
The pot smoker, Ricky Williams?
Yeah.
I quit because I want to smoke pot, that guy?
Yeah. Look at the authentication on it, the PSA, or from PSA. It has a picture of him signing it, and he's at Texas.
Like my Griffey ball with the PSA?
That one doesn't have the PSA.
That was classic. That was classic. Hey, you want to buy this PSA ball?
It was so good.
Okay, I lied.
It was so good.
It's good, though. I love it.
These are Gods. If you guys are unfamiliar with Gods, man, Gods is a skate brand owned by this cat, Frankie Morales. Frankie's been skating since when I first got into skating. He's old as shit now, but he still does insane shit. You can follow him at Frankie Morales on Instagram or Gods, GAWDZ is how they're, here, you can take this one out. So these are skates. They come in their own individual dust bags. Look at these joints. These are modeled after the Jordan 12 taxis.
Wow. After the taxis?
Stop it. The Jordan 12 obviously is the model. Taxis
they look
the colorway.
just like them, too.
Jordan 12s. These are the Gods.
These are cool.
The Gods brand Jordan 12. Let me switch the camera real quick.
There's a shoe like this, though, without the skate?
What's that?
I like this.
Yeah, there's a Jordan 12 shoe.
You couldn't pay me to stand on these things.
Look up Jordan 12 on your phone. You'll see how they look just like them. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Wow. And they're signed.
These are not signed, but.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they have his, on the frame, they say they have Frankie Morales. So Frankie Morales signature frame, wheels. This is his skate, his boot. He's the owner and designer of Gods. And
we have a delay.
Yeah,
here.
these are just. What do you mean a delay?
Which camera am I on?
Oh, here, you want me to switch to your camera? There you go. Get some
There they are.
TV time. Hold them up, Uncle Jim.
I'm trying. There it is.
I'll switch them to my. Here. Look at.
Wow, they're nice shoes.
Zoom in.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Show the signature.
It's on the inside there.
It's on the outside.
On the frame.
And it's on the wheels. Wow, these are really awesome. Why is this wheel so stiff, though?
The middle, this is called anti-rocker. So the middle wheels, they don't really roll because
they're like a rudder.
They don't touch the ground.
Kind of like a rudder.
If you put them on they don't touch the ground here.
And why are they there?
So they're there so that way you can keep, when you grind a rail or a ledge, it keeps them in between. It's called locking on. It keeps you locked onto the obstacle, whatever you're skating. So without that piece in the middle, that groove right there allows you to lock in between the wheels, and now you're locked on the rail, so you're not going to slide off of the rail. My other skates have a different frame and a different setup. I won't go into all the details, but that's the
Did you win these?
I did not win these. These came out as a limited pre-order. He was only doing a limited run on them.
You had to get a drawing to get them?
And no, I was able to cop them. I was able to just buy them when he dropped them, and now they're sold out. Now they're gone. So these will definitely resell. Like the other pairs that they've dropped a couple other colorways. They've had a resale.
He's dropped a few pair like this?
Yeah, a couple different other colors. That's why these are called the taxis, because this is the Jordan 12 taxi colorway. This is how the Jordan 12 taxis look, white and black. These are nothing to do with Nike. No. Nope. They say Morales down the front.
Yeah, I see that.
So instead of Jordan
I grew up with some Morales
on the front tongue, they say Morales down the middle there as your Jordan. You know, if you're a Jordan fan, you know how that goes.
Yep.
The back tab here, just like the tab on the back of a Jordan 12, but it says Frankie Morales. Really, really cool. And this is a soft boot construction too. So like these are very, very flexible. When you put your foot in here, this liner is super stiff at first. I kind of just put them in and rolled around my kitchen. But
all the way around that big kitchen?
Yeah, just all the way around, like around the whole hardwood, you know, just
dog chase you.
Yep, chasing me around. So there you go, man.
Very cool. Wow.
So before I skated them, I just wanted to give you guys a look at them clean. I don't know when I'm going to skate them. I'm waiting on a new knee brace to come in.
If I still had balance, I would get a pair,
but
I can barely walk now.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
The Jordan 12 taxis. Look at the
awesome.
sole plate on those is just crazy.
They're awesome.
Yeah, these are gonna be incredible. I'm so pumped.
Yeah. No wonder you couldn't wait. I'm glad you pulled them out.
The homie Adam Eby. You can just set them. Yeah. Boom. All right. Adam Eby says, check your DM on Twitter and see if your uncle or you wants a vintage Rockies shirt. Let me see what's up, Eby.
I'll take anything you want to send me. Anything you want to send me, I'll take it.
Vintage Rockies. Look at that.
Cool. That's signed by a bunch of people, was it? The front looked like it was signed.
No. It's just they're like silhouettes. The players are silhouettes in the background of the shirt. So yeah, just swipe over.
Awesome. Yeah, mail it on over. I'll wear
it. You hear that, EB? Mail it on over. I'll wear it. There you go. Look at that. No, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is Uncle Jim all day too. I would never wear that, but that's Uncle Jim all day, all night, all right. It is. Yep. There we go. Thanks, EB. Appreciate it, bro. What'd you say, Uncle Jim?
I'm trying to think if I ever stepped up for a jersey at all.
If you ever stepped up for what?
A jersey. No, I don't think I did. I got my first Rockies jersey off eBay for like $10.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then a friend of mine gave me another one, and then they had those handout ones. Yeah, I don't really. This is $15. TJ Maxx.
$15
in New York.
That's what you said, TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Lastly, the Rookie of the Year's on feet. You guys saw the social media if you want a close look at them. They are union laced. So someone was asking me earlier if I could
they are union
speak
laced.
on that or
Not
talk
that
about
I even
that.
know what that means. But.
Oh, they are union laced. Look at you. Union laced.
Under crossover, is that what that means?
Can you just go tilt that camera down real quick? Just put the headphones on the table. Just tilt the camera. There you go. And the back stick right there, yep. Just tilt that up so you can see my shoes. A little more. Bam, there you go. Look at Uncle Jim. A little more down. No, a little more down. Oh, your shoes. Yeah, my shoes, not the skates. No. And zoom in a little bit. Just do like pinch to zoom right on the screen. Right on the screen. On the camera, look at the camera and just zoom in. Look at the, oh, this is funny. I wish you guys could see this. Look at the touch screen. See the touch screen? Nope. Touch screen. Just on the touch screen. Hey, like this. Look at. Pinch to zoom. Just zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's zoom out. Zoom in a little bit. Just in a little bit. Bam, right there. You can just leave it right there. Just cut it right there. Just leave it right there. Perfect, Uncle Jim. So as you can see, they are union laced. And what you're going to need is the black laces and the red laces that come with this shoe. And you're going to go look at my union lacing tutorial on YouTube. And that's how you can get that look. I don't have the time to explain it all to you. You do have extra laces hanging out the back of the shoe. So they look like this. Stop that. So you're going to have extra laces hanging out the back of the shoe, which you're going to have to tuck into your shoe. So
did anybody chime in what these
like
were yet? Because we don't know what
Dallas said he thought he knew earlier, but he doesn't. People are laughing.
They're almost box fresh.
Your camera thing. He calls dead stock box fresh, by the way, guys. So if you ever hear Uncle Jim talking about sneakers and he says box fresh, that's what that means. He means dead stock. He calls me up. Hey, I found these shoes over here, and I think they're box fresh.
At the Goodwill, they're behind the counter for like $300. I call him up, and they're worth like $5.
I'm like, what are they doing?
And then you go to the regular thing in the bin, and they got $200 shoes sitting around for $5. I mean, they're all messed up at Goodwill.
Exactly. Yeah, box fresh.
Box fresh. Yeah.
Good job, Uncle Jim. Mia said. Nice
Thank
job
you.
focusing the camera. You're doing great. You're doing great. Wonderful. Everyone's enjoying you on the show.
I was raised on radio. I'm not real good with cameras.
All right, man. That's the show. We went an hour and 56 minutes.
Oh,
Can you believe it?
There it is.
That is the show. Thank you for coming through, Uncle Jim. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for everyone that came through and hung out in the chat. Obviously, a little different than normal show. Thanks for having your notifications on, following on social media. That's the reason you're here. So thank you, guys. Anything else you want to say, Uncle Jim? Anything you got to say to the audience?
What are we getting for lunch?
What do you want?
Whatever you're buying.
Are we going to Blackhawk to meet up with Edgar for his birthday?
I don't know. We'll talk.
Are we locking in some games?
As long as I'm not pulling no cash out, I'll go anywhere.
and there you have it, folks. On that note, thank you for coming in, Uncle Jim. And I don't know what's going to happen on Monday. It may be me solo. It may be me and Ed. It may be I don't know. But I'll try to figure it out. We should have a show Monday. At least I'll come through and talk some shit with you guys. And we will see you fools then. Thank you, everybody.